2, 1. Hey guys, we are live. Welcome to episode 17 of Legion of Creators. I'm joined, of course, with Chris the Fourth, and of course, Beyond the DCU or Beyond the Kai, whatever he wants to be called on any day of the week. Depends on what topics we're talking about. But so it's gonna be a pretty chill show today. We'll talk about some topics that are out there. I wouldn't say it's crazy. I'm going to give my Ballerina review since you guys probably haven't seen my review yet. And if you did, that's great. I appreciate your guys' support as always. But also, we're going to get into some fun topics. So it should be good. So we'll start with just kind of our weekly recap, on like how was everyone's weekend? Pretty good?
Weekend was good. Weekend was chilled. Yeah, man.
It was chill. Were you glad not to be at work for the weekend?
I was at work, but I was okay with it anyway because, like, again, I don't work far anyway, so it's not like a big deal.
Okay. Hey, Invader Zim, how you doing, my friend? Welcome here. Welcome in. So that's good that you guys enjoyed your weekend. So I did want to tell you guys something specifically, Chris, because I know Chris plays Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
I won my first competitive game the other day.
Oh, nice.
So that made me feel good. Probably gonna play more later, trying to rank up. So that would be cool. So let's start with the thing I talk. Oh, good, you got to switch too. That's awesome. So let's start with this thing I was just bringing to Chris's attention that Underground doesn't know yet. Let's talk about this story about apparently Scarlett Johansson reveals why her executive producer credit for Thunderbolts, where she was supposed to be executive producer, what I would say, why she wanted it removed because she was supposed to be executive producer for Thunderbolts apparently.
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
And I told Chris the answer already. I'll read the conversation between David Harbour and her for you, Underground, and then you can share your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Johnson says, "All right, wait. So today is the release day?" Harbour said, "Yes, it's the opening day of a movie that basically you are the seventh Thunderbolt in. Your character is all over this movie. Have you seen it?" Johnson says no. Harbour says, "Okay, you are an executive producer on it. Congrats." Johnson says, I asked to have my credit removed because I wasn't involved. Then Harbour said, "You hated the movie that much?" Laughs. Johnson says, "No, you're just wanting that to be the case." Harbour says, "I think you're proud of us." Johnson says, "I am proud of you," to Harbour and everyone else. Thoughts? You got thoughts, Underground?
Oh, damn.
Find that interesting? Yeah. So she was apparently going to be executive producer. She wanted her name removed because apparently she wasn't that involved in it. Let's see what we got. What's up?
Wow.
Deadpool, welcome. Yep, I've been playing.
That's crazy.
It's okay. We love Deadpool. No worries. We're just talking about how Scarlett Johansson was going to be executive producer for Thunderbolts, but wanted her credit removed. You got thoughts on this, Chris? I know we kind of talked back and forth on it. But.
Yeah, I mean, I get it because when we look at the climate with Marvel right now, if Thunderbolts was bad and she had something to do with it, everybody would kind of look at it differently. Like, oh, so you was a part of this, knowing that the climate.
I really think that they're going to really come at the executive producer. Everyone usually points fingers at the director when something's bad, or the writer. I don't feel like anyone's ever gone, "Oh, the executive producer of this movie is why the movie was bad." Oh, yep. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart World. When I was playing as Bowser, I was thinking of you, Joe. Oh, yeah, that's funny. So if you guys don't know, one of the reasons why Zach here says that when he was playing Mario Kart, he was thinking of me as Bowser. So if you guys don't know, if you go back to my Mario footage from when the Mario movie came out, I did Bowser cosplay for the Mario movie.
Oh, damn. Did you really?
Yeah, and I might do it when the second one comes out too. So wanted to bring that up as a sidebar because I thought that was pretty interesting. Also, there's another topic I didn't say I was going to bring into this conversation, but I found out something about Fantastic Four that I wanted to discuss with you guys as well.
Yeah, go for it.
So I found out that and I know they might have done this in some iterations of the comics, but I'm not really happy about it, especially because of the way our world and the politics go. I found out that Sue Storm is going to be the leader of the Fantastic Four in Fantastic Four. And
wait, what?
Yeah, and I'm going to share my thoughts, and then you guys get to share yours. Okay, so we'll do it one at a time.
Wait, say that again. What?
Sue Storm is the leader of the Fantastic Four in the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I have officially lost all my hype for this movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, I don't care what iteration of the comics it is. If Reed Richards is not leading the Fantastic Four, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. That's not Johnny doesn't lead the Fantastic Four. The Thing doesn't lead the Fantastic Four.
No, it's Reed. It's always been Reed.
It's not even that it's a woman leading it. It's that it's someone other than Reed Richards, which proves how incompetent casting Pedro Pascal as Reed is.
Yeah, mate. So that's now I see why people are pissed with the Pascal.
Now I'm pissed. Now I'm even more pissed because it makes sense. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We Love Deadpool said something about How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon is getting negative reviews. They said it's a shot-for-shot. Oh, no. Really? It's a shot-for-shot remake? I was hoping they
couldn't give their own twist on it, but that's crazy. Okay.
I thought they would give their own twist or something. But I guess if it's something that people like, then if they didn't mess with it, I guess it's better they didn't mess with it.
Wait, whose idea was it to put Sue Storm as the main leader?
That would be Matt Shakman, who did WandaVision, and Kevin Feige, and whoever the fuck else.
Oh, damn.
I just don't see. The thing is, this is why a lot of people, this is why people called it the MCU. Not because of just this, but
this is why, if this is the current
it's annoying. Like, I don't under. If you
want Marvel to be for females, fine. I'm out.
Yeah, just make, but they can make natural characters. The thing is, I'm all for women being in any type of comic book, whatever. Yeah,
they haven't learned that Marvel does,
but they don't do it. They don't do it naturally. I'm tired of the fact that it's like they're forcing it, saying, "I know it has to be women empowerment." This, and it's like, okay, but make it for a thing that's worth it. Don't just do it for the sake of it. Like let Sue be Sue and let Reed be Reed. Reed is supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the man. He's the brains. He's the smartest guy in the whole entire most of the universe.
They haven't learned
doing that.
We Love Deadpool. We'll get to your How to Train Your Dragon thing more because I want to share some more thoughts on it. But so yeah, this thing is really irritating to me, and I know there are some people that are really hyped for Fantastic Four, and power to you. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it before. Crypto is going to take a giant dump on this movie in July, and I can't wait because honestly, that's how I feel. Because every time I try to get a little bit excited about this movie, plummet down.
I'm still gonna watch this, but
I'm gonna try and go and watch it with an open mind. But I'm not happy that Reed's not the leader. I'm not happy.
So that means so now that we're on the topic of this year, what does this say for the Silver Surfer now? Nova, for example.
Oh god.
Because my thing is this, I don't have a problem with Nova. I know who Nova is in the comics, but now that she's in this film, what are they gonna do with her now? Now that this is like what? So they're gonna make Nova and Sue kind of like go at it or something like what?
What if? Hey, you know what? Watch it be in typical Disney. Oh man, what if there's a twist where even though Reed and Sue are married, what if they're in like an open marriage where like they have a scene where
oh my god,
we're suing. I'm sorry, like I don't want to be that guy, but I don't trust Marvel, so like you never know.
I just don't. I'm actually worried because I was all for Nova being in this film. I was all for the Silver Surfer Nova. I was fine with it. But now I'm just kind of like, I'm 50-50 now because it's just like, well, if Sue's going to be the leader, then we have Nova. And I'm still kind of in the back of my mind, something's telling me Nova might be in this film for like 10 minutes, 10, 15
I kind of have a feeling, well, I'll tell you this, she'll be in the movie more than I think Galactus will be.
I personally think that too. I think he'll show up at the end for like a good 5-10 minutes and then that's it. I personally think that's what's gonna happen.
The fact they hyped up Galactus and he's over,
and they won't even show his face, but they showed his face on the cinema bucket, the special edition bucket. I was like, nah, these people.
That's crazy. They show his face
silly.
on the
They're
bucket.
moving silly. On a popcorn bucket, really, Marvel.
I'm expecting this to be the scenario where he looks as bad as a leader. I'm really expecting.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that it's a shame. Oh, this sucks.
Because the fact that they won't show him tells me he doesn't. Well, they're hiding him for a reason. There definitely is. And I want to be like, oh, it's
that means to say Brave New World it might be better than Fantastic Four now. Then
no, dude, he looks like shit. I guarantee you, there's no way.
If it's that bad, let's.
I won't be surprised.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm still gonna wait and see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I'm trying to be open-minded, but my first red flag
because I was
the Reed thing. I'm trying to be okay about the Reed thing. But I think the one issue I have is that we're gonna get is that Sue being the leader is a big red flag for me.
Yeah, because I mean, don't get me wrong, Sue is smart and she's a dope character. The problem is that she's not so smart with
what they did in How to Train Your Dragon. That's why How to Train Your Dragon. I pulled that chat up because we're going to talk about next. But but the one thing that I think that stands out is one of the things I love about Marvel Rivals is that when they classed their characters, Sue being a support is how I feel she should be in the movie too.
Yeah.
Because she's the support.
She's always been that. That's the thing.
You need an anchor. It's okay to be a support. Not every dang female in this movie needs to be pushed to the forefront in this universe. It's not needed.
I'm sorry, but you have one of the smartest minds in the Marvel universe, and he's not the leader of his group. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
So either there's a twist that reads dumb in this universe, or like
I don't think he'll be dumb. I just think what they'll do, he'll be unsure of his moves. Like I've calculated this, but then he has to go Sue. Sue's like, no, like it's okay, Reed. We'll do it this way. And
I just hope they don't do a thing where like Sue's like where Reed has an idea, and then Sue's like, no, Reed, my idea is better. We're husband and wife, and you have to do what I say. Like if they do that, I'm gonna. Oh God, I'm gonna.
I think like. Because again, I wasn't optimistic about Fantastic Four, but obviously I was kind of like, when I saw the first trailer, I was like, okay. When I saw the second one, I was like, okay, this is better. I still don't mind the first one, but
I thought Pedro was going to surprise us, and maybe we'd get something amazing where like he'd pull off the amazing, like almost like a what do you call that? Like in Back to the Future, right? Where you have that like Doc Brown just like kicks in out of nowhere. I was kind of hoping Reed was going to blow our minds, and now I don't know if we're going to get that, which is
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Okay, so let's get about this because we have Deadpool said this. Okay, How to Train Your Dragon is getting negative reviews. They said it's shot-for-shot remake. What do we think about this? Because a lot of people were excited about this movie.
Yeah, a lot of people were. I
good that this is a shot-for-shot remake.
I kind of feel like it is because I even said this like months back, saying like, why are they doing a remake of this when there's the film already? Like, can't they just do a sequel to this? You know what I mean? It makes sense to do a sequel, but. Yeah, I think it could be shot for shot.
Well, here's the thing that we got to look at. If it's a shot-for-shot remake, is there still enjoyment in a live-action version of this?
There still could be enjoyment for sure.
Like that's what I wonder. Like maybe it's a good thing it's a shot-for-shot remake because maybe it's such a good story that there's nothing you could really do to really change it that would affect its quality. So,
I hear you.
So you know what I think? You know what I recommend? Before you guys watch this movie, rewatch the first movie the night before you watch this movie. And then see if it is truly a shot-by-shot remake. And tell me what you guys
haven't seen it.
And tell me what you guys enjoy more as you rewatch both together. Because I think that will be the best way to get a better experience.
Yeah.
Because even if you before that rewatch so close to watching the new movie is going to be crucial, I feel. So my thoughts are this: I'm not surprised because live action remakes are going down the toilet consistently. But because this wasn't Disney, I had some hope that they would pull off something unique and interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to see it and go in with an open mind. But I'm not surprised with how the world feels about live action remakes, that this is what we...
Yeah, for real. I understand that.
I definitely would say I'm not surprised that this is our end result. But so that's my thoughts on this. I think Chris has similar thoughts. Let's see. what's our other one? Okay, let's pop up the let's go into our Danny Rand topic. All right, so we talked a little bit about this before, but so there's an amazing article out there about how a lot of people are believing we're hearing we're going to probably get Mike Coulter back. We know we're getting Jessica Jones back in season 2 because Matt said he needs an army. Now there's a lot of people that are being split in the world on, are we giving, even though there's been rumors of it, do we need to get Finn Jones back as Danny Rand and get a proper second shot for the character? Some people are saying recast him. There's a lot of other people that could play him. Some people would have liked to see Colleen Wing take the mantle of Iron Fist. Considering the MCU, that wouldn't be the worst scenario.
I mean, with Colleen, yeah. I mean, with Colleen, she was kind of more. I think a lot of people liked Colleen because there was a lot more interest with her and what she
was an interesting character for being a female character. She's one of the better written Marvel female characters. For sure. But I'll say for me, I think, especially after watching the episode in Luke Cage, I think we need to give Finn Jones another chance.
Yeah, give Finn another chance. I'll say that.
And he says indeed that he thinks he deserves one. I think we need to give it to him because I think that he could, if we get I'm not saying we're gonna get a new Iron Fist show or anything like that, but for him being a supporting character in a big Daredevil show, you know, him and Matt had some pretty decent chemistry in Defenders before they turned him into an idiot. I just hope that as much as I love Daredevil being a central character, I hope that not only do they fix his character, but I hope they restore the fact that Iron Fist should be the best fighter among pretty much everyone in Marvel.
Yeah, he should.
And the only person that I think should be his rival is probably Shang-Chi. Like, I think that's really the only other person I could say that could.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, we should. If it's true that they're going to bring in all the Defenders back, I want Finn Jones back. I want to see him back. I want to see. People know I've cracked jokes.
I didn't hate the actor. I hate the direction that they went with him. You know what I mean?
We get better direction if they write him in a good way. Good writers, a good team that understands. And so far, the team that's doing Born Again, from what we've seen of the more quality work, I think they clearly have a good direction. Oh, you're from Brazil and new to the channel? Well, welcome. We love to have people from all over the world.
Hey, welcome from Brazil.
Iron Fist beat Shang-Chi in the comics. That's cool. Okay. So then I'm down for that. So that makes sense.
Cool. That's dope. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine if we see a fight scene of them in Secret Wars or just beefing for a little bit. I wouldn't mind that.
Well, welcome to the channel. Have you subscribed already yet? So you can join, so you can see all the content we have on this channel, because we do these streams every Tuesday. So if you don't want to miss any of them, I definitely recommend subscribing not only to me but also to my friends here, because my friends
let me put my
great content. But
for the people,
definitely subscribe. We have great stuff. We do gaming streams here. We do movie reviews, TV show reviews. We do a little bit of everything. We also do suggested content here. So, like, I might you might suggest something, me to watch something or to talk about something, and I'm probably going to do it because I'm very good at being in tune with my audience.
All right, guys. My link will be in the chat in a second.
Yeah, Chris is putting his link out there for you, my friend. Is it pronounced Sai or Sal?
Hold on, let me remove it.
Looks like it's Sal. All right. Welcome, Sal. Welcome to the channel. Hope you like what you have here, and hopefully you enjoy all the content. And I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, and that's interesting, Darkseid. I think I heard about that somewhere. Think you're right on that for sure. Think you're definitely right. It's for sure accurate. That's definitely pretty cool though. Cool. Darkseid, are you still in the chat, Sal? Because we're waiting to see your reaction for sure. Or not reaction, we're waiting to hear. So Brazil, what's it like living in Brazil?
Must be nice weather over there right now too.
Yeah, it's probably really nice weather. What's the weather like in England right now for you?
Weather's actually it's actually been pretty decent. It's actually been pretty decent. We've got some sun. We've had some little bit of rain, but we've had most of some sun and dry weather, so it's been actually okay.
One thing I love about Brazil is that you guys have amazing food in Brazil. Like you guys have such great fruit, and it's really good stuff. From what I remember, like I can't say I've been in a while, but it's definitely pretty good. Yeah, I think that's awesome. From people from Brazil, I love that my channel has gotten markets from different countries too, because that's been a super cool thing for me. Just getting people around the world. Like one of my favorite things to do is I don't know if you've watched them, Chris, but one of the ways I started building my channel up was by reviewing Bollywood movies.
Okay.
Because there's a really big community that has a really good audience in that community. Like if you haven't watched it on Netflix, I recommend checking out RRR. That's a really good Bollywood movie. And then there's also a few other choices. Let's see. So I'm gonna go grab another drink real quick, and then into our next topic. I believe our next thing we're gonna talk about is we didn't really talk about the DC things yet with Wonder Woman being announced.
Yeah.
I'll be back on Rivals after the podcast tonight.
Yeah, I might jump on as well. It's been a minute for me, so
I'll be back on there. Let me just get. So when I get back, we're gonna go full out on DC, since a majority of this podcast is gonna be about. We have so many new DC updates to cover.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely down to grind some games with you, buddy. So when I get back, we're gonna read this thing about James Gunn said that he announces that a Wonder Woman movie is officially in development for the DCU, and he has more thoughts to say about it. So we're gonna read this.
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
We're gonna read this whole article together when I get right back. I just need to grab a drink.
Cool.
It's really weird, right?
Oh yeah, guys. My channel link isn't coming up like how Underground is for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. If you could actually, Underground, you don't mind doing it for me, do you? If you have my channel anyway.
I don't mind at all. I don't mind.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure. But yeah, Underground's gonna put my link in the chat again because my one doesn't come with it doesn't allow you to click on it straight away so you can go to it for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Other than
okay.
If it still doesn't work, just click my name. You'll find me on YouTube. I'm there.
Sometimes the link is weird.
Fourth? Okay.
Yeah, sometimes the link system is weird.
Yeah.
Okay, where the heck is? Sorry, I'm just trying to get my chocolate milk open real quick.
All
right. So let's do.
Oh.
All right. So if you hopefully you guys get that figured out. I got the article up now.
Yeah, cool. Read it well.
So we're ready to go through this now. All right. Yeah. James Gunn announces that a Wonder Woman movie is officially in development for the DCU. The DC Studios is beginning to round out the Trinity, as James Gunn reveals that Wonder Woman also has a film in development, along with the forthcoming Superman and Brave and the Bold.
Thanks.
DC Studios co-chair James Gunn has officially confirmed Wonder Woman movie is indeed in the works. The standalone project will exist separately from the previously announced Paradise Lost. Now, when he says separately, does that mean we're not going to see Diana in Paradise Lost, or it just means it's not going to be as involved?
Probably won't be as involved. I think.
I'm assuming we'd still see Diana.
Yeah, 400. Yeah.
So Amazon Princess Cinematic Future. Wonder Woman is a separate thing, slow moving, but it's moving. Gunn stated, "We're working on Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman being written right now." The news aligns with earlier comments from DC CEO, or not DC CEO, Discovery CEO David Zaslav has identified Superman, Supergirl, Batman, and Wonder Woman as the 4 foundational pillars of the new DCU. Gunn contributed this vision, noting that I think that's accurate. Actually, I think he got that from something I said. He clarified that a while there. These 4 characters are incredibly important. They won't be the only focus right now. I feel great about where 2 of those characters are, and that we're dealing with the other 2. I'm not surprised about that. I think it's interesting that it mentions 4 pillars, because the Marvel Trinity was 3. How do you guys feel about DC being different and having 4 pillars instead of 3?
I think that'll be interesting to see what happens with that, because
I think that makes sense.
Makes sense.
So you have 2 Kryptonians, a detective, crime fighter, and a warrior princess.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh wait, who is going to play the new Wonder Woman?
It's not known, because James Gunn has said that we only get castings when a script is done.
Script is done. Yeah, it makes sense. I like that.
Oh,
got that.
So they always want to make sure that they're
that way. There's no BS along the way, fam. So yeah,
that way we don't run into Blade shit.
No, for real. please, that's not.
You know, I laugh every time a new trailer comes out for Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh hey, he exists now. Mahershala Ali exists in other films other than Blade. Oh, that's interesting. Like, I laugh every time I see him. I'm like, you're a person? Really?
Oh my god.
Like, I just forget, because I'm like, I didn't realize he was an actual person, because he's detached from the internet since that announcement of that movie has come around. So I think that's pretty interesting. The Wonder Woman thing is interesting. I think the 4 pillars, so they're saying, you have Wonder Woman. We already know who's playing Supergirl. We know who's playing Superman. So we're just waiting on that Batman cast.
Batman and Wonder Woman. Yeah, and we're good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Wonder Woman casting will be interesting, because a lot of people liked Gal Gadot. So
yeah. When I look back at those movies, I think the first movie was good. I think it was where the second movie kind of. I have to watch that again just to kind of see, because I only remember watching that once. But
the second movie wasn't as good as the first movie.
It just wasn't as good, with a lot of hype.
I enjoyed it for Pedro's take on Maxwell Lord, but mostly as a meme. But I enjoy it for the most part. Okay, now where's this other? I had another update about this. Okay, we have some Marvel updates about MCU rumor roundout, Avengers Doomsdays, Invincible, Avengers, Marvel Zombies character details, and more. So let's read this one together. Because even though we have issues with Marvel, Sue Storm and stuff, there's other Marvel news we like, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so we'll start with a relatively minor Marvel Zombies update. Oh God, it's from My Time to Shine Hello. I don't like My Time to Shine Hello. Okay, we'll still read it. Following the news that Baron Zemo will appear in the series, the insider claims that Kamala Khan's best friend in the series are Riri Williams, Ironheart, and Kate Bishop. Interesting. They supposedly reside in a secured mansion and only leave to search for food. This feels a lot like Marvel Studios is looking to familiarize fans with the idea of Young Avengers or Champions before Doomsday. Interesting. Not surprised. Talking to that, movie is largely untested. Scooper James has shared some possible story details from a unnamed designer working on the assembly. There's intel that this lines up with other rumors, so it's at least noteworthy, taking it with a pinch of salt. And we've seen bigger leaks come from that far more dubious sources over the years. Apparently, a team of Avengers from Earth 616 traveled to the X Mansion on Earth 1005 to try and resolve an incursion between their 2 realities and rescue Monica Rambeau. So this is something for Doomsday, I think.
Okay. Okay. I can understand.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Comprised of Captain America, Thor, Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, Ant-Man, She-Hulk, Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, Sentry, Hulk, Black Panther, M'Baku, Namor, the Mega Group is being referred to as the Invincible Avengers in artwork. They'll be joined by the Fantastic Four. Marvel's first family is searching for Franklin Richards, who has been kidnapped by Doom and brought to Earth 1005.
Oh, so that's how they're doing it.
That's the thing, because now they just spoiled the end credit scene for Fantastic Four.
Oh my god!
Which I already knew about that, but
I think we kind of had an idea of that anyway going forward, because I mean they kind of put things out there already. But that's what I'm saying. I think it will work because we kind of have an idea. We, even despite knowing the ending, some things might change up until then anyway. So
then it says the team later assembles to protect Loki after discovering the TVA and Doom's plan. When it comes to the other new Avengers, U.S. Agent, Ghost, Red Guardian, it seems to remain on Earth 616 alongside Wong and the Wakandan and Takan armies. Why? To protect Earth from an invasion. However, those Invincible Avengers will serve as Avengers Doomsday leads. So in the first article, when it talked about those names I said, let's go to that first part. So if you're wondering about screen time for Doomsday, it's sounding like the Fantastic Four plus Sam Wilson, Thor, Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, Ant-Man, She-Hulk, Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, the Sentry, Hulk, Black Panther. That's interesting. It doesn't say... Now, it doesn't say Shuri, but it says Black Panther. Are we meant to assume that that's still Shuri? Because it says the Sentry, Hulk, Black Panther, M'Baku, and Namor in this mega group being referred to as the Invincible Avengers in artwork. But it doesn't say Shuri Black Panther. It just says Black Panther.
Probably a surprise or something?
What do you guys think?
Okay, so I think the way that they're going at this is it can be interesting. I think the only kind of concern is just because there's a lot that they got to cover ground with in this movie. So where exactly is this going to be placed exactly, or where is it gonna? How is it gonna?
Well,
fit?
they say they're jumping around to different timelines because it sounds like what happens is something that the Fantastic Four directly leads into is going to be the thing that we deal with. Because it says that this all starts by us going to the X Mansion to find Monica.
Okay.
So apparently the team of Avengers from Earth 616 traveled to the X Mansion on Earth 1005. Now, if you guys remember Earth 1005, it was shown in the Marvels where Beast is. I previously thought, before I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, that's also where we were going to see Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. But then when we saw Deadpool and Wolverine, we found out that all the X-Men were dead.
Yeah.
So I think they're from different Earths.
Okay.
But I do still think that Wolverine is going to team up with this X-Men team.
I think
My biggest guess with this, based on the filming, too, is that when we go to this X Mansion, that's also going to be where we're going to see the return of Patrick Stewart, James Marsden, original Jean Grey, Nightcrawler. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where all the other X-Men, including Magneto, are.
Yeah, I think it's going to be possible, especially with this stuff.
Yeah. So now, but I think the interesting thing is these characters being named as the lead characters in the movie. Glad Thor is mentioned as the lead because that means he's going to have a big part in Doomsday.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm very iffy on the fact that I get what they did, but after Brave New World, I'll be honest, I love the actor.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Sam Wilson as Captain America anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't like that I knew he was going to be a lead.
Yeah.
But I'm nervous for the movie doing well based on him being a main character, because I think Brave New World showed us that I don't think Anthony Mackie is capable of carrying the mantle of a Captain
Yeah,
America.
it sucks because, like, again, like that film was set up for either to be average or to fail because all the reshoots that they did for this film, and it's like, well, now we know, like this. I mean, again, I still think the film is decent. It's a good, it's somewhat of a good watch. You know what I mean? It's not bad. It's not completely bad, but I'm still like, what was the original film intended to be? Because now you kind of put it in a particular place where it's like, oh, so Captain America now isn't taking this seriously. He isn't doing certain things that he should be doing, but then you still want him to do a particular role, have him to have a particular role. So it's like now he's kind of he's left up in the air. Unfortunately, I hope they bring back some significance for him for Sam Wilson. But
yeah, maybe they could do something where maybe since now they finally assembled the Avengers, I guess maybe then we'll actually get to see him strive as a leader properly.
Yeah,
that's my hope. We can hope for that. This plot about it, if it's true, sounds interesting. It also states that Marvel Zombies is planned to premiere on October 3rd later this year.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Marvel Zombies?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel Zombies, yeah.
Did you not know that was planned?
No.
Interesting to see.
I didn't.
Oh, another new article just popped up. Ahead of Superman's release. Oh no, we just talked about this. We just talked about, Chris, how James Gunn's confirmed now that metahumans have been around for over 300 years.
300 years, okay.
So we get that confirmed by James Gunn.
So will we get like a film like of who was the first metahuman, and then from there we could potentially see that. So I think, okay.
You know what this tells me? This actually brings up a good point, because if you remember watching the Black Lightning show, we're probably going to see Black Lightning in this universe and Gravedigger in this universe too.
Yeah, true.
Because they've been some of the oldest OG DC heroes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that show in years.
Yep. Hold up, I'm going to put my phone on the charger real quick. We need... I also think we definitely need, I don't care how old they make him, but if he is older, I still think that Alan Richardson could be the best candidate for it. I do want to see Wildcat in this.
Yeah, I think Alan Richardson would be a good Batman. Yeah.
I think he'd be a good Batman, but I also think he could be Wildcat if he's not Batman.
Wildcat, ooh.
Because there's a scene in Reacher where Alan Richardson is beating up the guy, and he's beating up a boxer, the guy's like the Golden Gloves. And he's like, the thing about boxing, too many rules. And then he goes and punches the guy out. And goes,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see him as Wildcat. Yeah. Wildcat the suit. Yeah.
Wildcat be great because I think Wildcat, he really gets a chance to flex his humor.
His humor, yeah. Okay.
And I think that, and also do the boxing thing. I think that'd be interesting. Batman, my candidates right now for Batman are kind of interesting because I'm kind of like changing my opinion on a few, because I'm kind of like, my version of Batman, I'm looking for a very specific criteria. And so far, none of the people that they've talked about could play Batman have really come close to it. I still am a fan because of the animated stuff and the fact that we could have an actor that's existed in the animated universe and still playing things. I'm still on the Jensen Ackles train. I still do think Jensen Ackles might be our best candidate. Because when I saw The Boys and saw him as Soldier Boy, I just crazy how he turns that voice on, and he just like, and then the physical stuff looks really good for Jensen. Like you remember? Did you hear the story during the show how he bulked up even though they put him in a padded suit?
Yeah, I heard the story.
And he got mad at Anthony Starr because Anthony Starr said, "Why'd you work out so hard?"
Yeah,
and then he's like, "Well, I'm playing a superhero," and then he's like, and then he goes, "Bro, you got a padded suit," and he was so mad he did all that work for nothing. But so now he's ready for Batman because he bulked up. So, I mean, why not? Plus, he's got the voice. I believe he holds. I don't remember what his martial arts degree is, but I think he's a black belt in karate. I think I saw a picture of him Let me see if I can look it up, actually. Give me a second. Because that's what I'm really hoping for. I want them to cast an actor that has martial arts experience because I feel like we haven't gotten, even though people say it was Affleck, I haven't seen the Batman I want to see yet.
Yeah.
Pattinson gave us the Batman that was the detective Batman we wanted.
Yeah.
Now we need to see the Batman that, especially in a DCU that could eventually have Darkseid. I want the Batman that when everyone talks about in the comics, and they're like, what makes Batman so special? Oh, it's because he's Batman. Like I want to see that Batman in actual, like, physical interpretation. Like, they always would make it as a joke. Like, he always just says, because he's Batman, you know, like I'm Batman. But, like, in, like, physical forms. Like, seeing, like, they say Batman in the comics knows over 170 martial arts, right? We've never seen that Batman properly
properly used. Okay.
Yeah, so I'd like to see that. So that's why I'm very partial of it being a martial arts actor. So let's see this real quick. Jensen. How do we spell Jen? Let's try this. Sorry, guys. I should probably go into audio mode while I'm doing this so you guys can hear me better and it doesn't mess up my screen.
Oh my days. So I've just seen a post of the whole, what is it? The white Captain America, because T'Challa has a white son or something like that. I'm just like, oh my God.
Are they really talking about that still?
Yeah. It is what it is. You know how Hollywood is. I really don't care. I'm not surprised, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel made that move. One second, guys. I'm just trying to find this. Okay. Here we go. I found it. I read the bio about this. Apparently, when he trained for Supernatural, Jensen Ackles has experience in martial arts, particularly in the context of his role as Dean in the series of Supernatural, along with his co-star Jared Padalecki, were trained in various martial arts to portray the character's fighting abilities. Here's what we know about Jensen Ackles' martial arts training, training for Supernatural, character fighting style. The Winchester brothers' fighting style in Supernatural is often described as a blend of Krav Maga, MC, MPA, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and wrestling, which is interesting considering I do Krav Maga. Oh, Chosen's here. And many people have described Krav Maga as hey, Chosen.
So
I love that photo you got of Quan like in anime.
Yeah, someone actually made this on Twitter.
Yeah, so it's interesting that he has an arc. Because I've actually always thought that even though they never name which martial arts Batman knows other than like ninjutsu and stuff, I've always believed that even though Batman doesn't like using guns, I've always believed that based on the way Batman fights, that Krav Maga was one of his styles. Because when I started doing Krav Maga, I've realized playing the Arkham games and stuff, that a lot of stuff I do in Krav Maga, Batman does. And one of the things I've noticed that he does is the gun disarms are very similar to how I've done gun disarm drills. Also, another thing I've noticed is he likes to Batman likes to fight 6 opponents at a time or more.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We've done that. We've done pressure testing where people shove you up against the wall and have you fight different opponents. But what do you think about the fact that it states when you look up Jensen Ackles' name, you see that he has pretty extensive martial arts training?
I think with Jensen, it's I think it's useful, man, because you don't have like nowadays a lot of people when they come into action films or like they want to do certain superhero roles and that, like they're not prepared to like do certain stunts or certain things like that. So obviously, come having a guy like that, it's like, well, that's good because you can act, but then you can also do the.
And we know he
stunts
can
as well,
act, and he's got a new show coming out on Prime.
Yeah,
Where it's going to be pretty action focused. I'm pretty looking forward to it. And I think that's going to be another indicator that he's Batman. Oh, Children's got something to share for us? Okay, I see that. Oh, yeah, the new still.
This is so cool.
Once again, proof that this movie is going to slap. I love the black and white.
I like that black and white right there. That's really good.
That when I saw this, I was like, okay, this is definitely Superman Ringer.
Yeah, man.
That's a really cool. It's almost a slap in the face to Snyder because when you look at the black and white, you're thinking of like the black and white Snyder cut.
Mm.
Yeah, before you were here, we talked about Wonder Woman already. We covered this.
Yeah, I'm pretty intrigued by this. Well,
we just went over an article. Well, what was it about the boys? Wow, Twitter's
hold on, the boys.
What's going on right now?
I saw this one. Easily.
What does it say about the boys? Eric Kripke says he's terrified about making sure the boys' series finale is good. You can count one. Oh. You can count one in maybe two hands. The truly great series finales. The graveyard literally filled with its terrible series finales. You could have the greatest show for years, but you still have that ending, and that's what sending everyone to the parking lot and then go, oh, maybe that show wasn't that good. Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, no, it's true, it's true. Look at Game of Thrones, for example, man. That show was really good.
Like, there really aren't that many series finales that are good.
Yeah, honestly.
So he's capping, bro. He's capping, bro. I'm sorry. I don't. Chris Evans, we know you're true.
Well, he's been saying that forever.
Everybody, all of them have been pretty much saying that. That's why.
He's literally pulling an Andrew Garfield again.
It's a spoiler. It's a spoiler effect, fam, but it's not happening.
Spoiler: you're gonna be in Doomsday, bro. Just stop saying you're not in Doomsday. You're not gonna surprise people. We all expect you to be there, bro. What is this a trailer for? Oh, Ironheart.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually pretty excited. Actually, I watched it. I'm actually pretty.
You think it looks good?
Yeah, I think in terms of visuals, it does look good. I'm not gonna even like, because I know the guy who did Sinners, right?
Well, yeah.
He's involved.
Well, he's only producing it.
But I trust him the most.
Well, but he didn't work that much on the show. That's the thing. That's the thing people don't understand is he has Marvel was trying to bankroll.
Chosen. Scroll down a little bit, just the Superman picture.
Yeah, what is this picture?
Just scroll a bit. No, you see, look, people said, "Oh yeah, he's not." You don't even see his muscles. Look right there. You can see muscle definition right there in this photo, man.
Did people not see the pictures of David Cornswell working out?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what more do you want? Like,
he's not. Here's the problem. How with these Snyder fans, okay? All they do is complain. Bro, just stop, okay? Just go watch the movie and enjoy it, bro.
Yeah,
bro, I don't know why they're complaining because as far as Henry Cavill goes, if you're a true fan of Henry Cavill, not just for Superman, but bro, I heard as I've been watching the John Wick movies, I heard that Highlander, with Henry Cavill was beginning to shoot so far, and the choreography that he's been posting videos of the choreography for like him training for it. And I'm sorry, I'm more excited to see Henry Cavill in Highlander than I ever was to see him as Superman. Because bro, that movie's gonna fucking slap. That role is perfect for him. What do we got here? Oh yeah, we knew this already.
Yeah, Sinners was gonna do that. Yeah,
we knew everyone's been talking hype on Sinners. It's nothing new. We know this. We expect this from Sinners. What else did I saw a bunch of articles earlier? Go up, scroll up more. I want to see what else you got. It shows you can scroll up. I want to see some of the other stuff you're looking at. Oh, you got to rejoin.
I think it froze. Yeah, because it froze. Okay.
It's weird. I can also pull up mine too. Remove that real quick so he can rejoin.
Yeah.
Where's this thing? Because I was pulling up some. I don't know why it does that, Dave. I never have problems with that stuff. Let me put myself in audio mode real quick just because I don't want it to freeze me.
Yeah.
So there's just a trick I do. I do audio mode until it pulls up. I'm just looking for a good thing to look at. Okay, we talked about that already. Fan casting for Beast Boy. Entertainment Weekly for Richard Brosnahan. What was being written? Okay.
Cool.
James Gunn says Batman will appear in the Superman sequel. Batman sees Superman as a threat to society, so they battle until they realize Lex
Luthor. So he's gonna do his version of Batman versus Superman.
Then they team up to fight like a huge alien creature.
Yeah,
Also,
okay, that would make sense. I'll rock with that.
Ooh,
I'll rock with that.
What? That's crazy. Okay, now I'm hyped for this movie. Watch this. I got a good thing to pull up for you guys. We got some Mortal Kombat news to talk about.
Mortal Kombat news. Okay, all right, yeah. Finally, man. We ain't heard nothing. Never drop a trailer, please, because we ain't heard nothing from you guys at all. Like, we need to see something.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2. We need a trailer, bro. That's my most anticipated trailer. All right, you see what I got on the screen? Let me change this real quick. So I got this on the screen, and then
test audience cheer up.
Yeah, let me use this. We'll do it this way. So it says, okay, Mortal Kombat. All right, let me scroll down so I can see. I can't really see the words properly. 1 second. They kind of need to do a trailer, as he said. Yes, we need a trailer right now.
Yeah, we need one. It's summertime. We need it now. If the film comes out in October, we need something now.
So it says, okay, audio mode again real quick so I can do this. So it says right here, can confirm Mortal Kombat 2 fucking rules. Shao Kahn is a goddamn beast and some utter badass ladies. Then it says Mortal Kombat 2 made test audiences cheer and jump out their seats like Avengers Endgame, writer says. The fights, the fatalities, the surprises, the deaths. I think we nailed it. This is what I am fucking talking about, okay?
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. When was the last time we heard that? When was the last time we heard that?
I don't think we've heard that for a movie in a long time, bro.
For real, we have not.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be real. I'm still excited for Superman, but I'm bumping Mortal Kombat 2 to my
Mortal Kombat 2. I want to see.
Superman can be my number 2 movie of the year now because I'm sorry, Mortal Kombat 2. After reading this, I'm doing a whole video about this tonight. Are you kidding me, bro? and the picture of Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Oh, I can't wait to see Johnny in this movie, man. I need the fucking trailer.
That's gonna be done.
I can't wait. The fact they're saying like Shao Kahn is awesome, and that fucking the ladies in this movie are badass. Like, I can't wait.
Good. Let's go, man! Finally, bro. See, I mean, the first one was decent, but now we're getting somewhere. If number two hits
this is the example of like we'll always think A New Hope is iconic, but we love Empire Strikes Back as the sequel.
Yeah.
So this is the scenario where the original is great, or the original is at least good, and then the sequel is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That's so good. Come on, man. Release the damn trailer.
Yeah, we gotta see something, man. They have to.
For the love of God, for this movie, do not put this movie on that Max BS you did last time.
Yeah, no, put it in cinema. We need it in cinema.
In cinema the entire time. Do not do that shit where you put it on Max at the same time as you release it in theaters. Give it a moment in the theaters. I'm seeing this fucker in IMAX, baby. Oh man, dude, could you imagine? Oh, all the blood. Oh, I'm too hyped, man. I can't. Oh, Mortal Kombat, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna have that. That's gonna be my new gym track. Just listening to the Mortal Kombat.
You know the ones there.
I'm gonna start I'm gonna start doing like a Mortal Kombat marathon and rewatch all the movies.
Yeah.
Even some of those, like even that TV show with Michael Jai White.
Oh yeah, Michael Jai White. Yeah, that was decent.
Mortal Kombat all the time, baby. Oh yeah, man. That's some Mortal Kombat 1 up in this bitch, doing it all, man.
All time, man.
I can't wait. This is literally the best news I've heard all day. Like, I could gush about this for hours. Are you freaking kidding me? The fact that this movie is good makes me so excited.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I'm going to get kicked out of my apartment when the trailer comes out for this movie because I'm going to be
oh, my God.
Like, I hope my new sound panels come soon because I'm freaking losing my shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I like
God.
the
like,
90s.
I'm over words. Imagine when the real trailer comes out.
Yeah, that's going to be epic.
Hey, Warner Bros. I'm just gonna tell you right now. If you watch this stream, I'll take my tickets for the early screening, like right now, please.
Trying to get that premium seat, boy.
Yeah, can I get that premium? Like, I'll review the fuck out of this movie day one. Like, come on.
Yeah, no. But that's what I'm saying. We've not heard people jumping out and cheering on the seats for time. So like. Just goes to show how cinema has been lacking for the last 20 years.
The future of the world is we live in a world where as much as we'll always love superhero movies, we'll always love this. The game, the video game adaptations, other than Last of Us.
Yeah, when it's done right, it's done right.
When it's done right, they are starting to take over the world, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, yeah.
The Mario movie was great.
Sonic.
Yes, Sonic was. I loved all 3 Sonic films. Then we get Mortal Kombat, baby. Oh my God, dude. I just need to hear Carl Urban's voice as Johnny in this movie. And seeing Carl Urban doing the kicks and just, oh my God. Word. Oh, I can't wait. I have not made a Mortal Kombat 2 video in a long time, but I'm fucking giddy, man. I'm so excited. I can't not get excited about this. Like Shao Kahn being badass and like, and if remember, like when they talked about the ladies being badass, I believe they said, because we had, let's think, which female characters we had? Sonya Blade in the first movie.
Yeah, Sonya, Melina.
So and they said, who did they added a new female for this one too, right? A new character from the original.
I think so. Yeah.
Katana or something.
Yes, that's the one. I heard she was badass in this movie too from early screenings.
Katana. Oh, okay.
So they're probably talking about her. And as much as I love my boy Louis Tan, I heard unfortunately Cole Young is only a cameo in this new movie.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, like they can bring him back.
I really do hope after watching Cobra Kai season 6 that they find a way to make Cole Young a good character.
Yeah, an interesting character. Yeah, make him
interesting character. I like Louis Tan. I still think it's sad they didn't put Cole Young in Mortal Kombat yet.
Man.
Because I think they could
wasted his potential. Like, bro, like he's a good character. He's a good actor, good martial artist.
Yeah, I think they
something to work with.
Cool. They could do something cool, but I think it's important for this movie to remember. I think the mistake with the first movie was they wanted the story to focus so much on this new character, but us fans of the games just want to see the original characters.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I want to know because I know they said Sub-Zero's coming back. I want to know if we're gonna get Noob Saibot versus Scorpion up in this bitch. Because
oh boy,
I need Noob Saibot, man. Oh my God,
could you imagine?
People can say whatever they want about the first Mortal Kombat movie, but the one thing I love about the first Mortal Kombat movie is fucking Joe Tasselman as fucking Sub-Zero. They made Sub-Zero like so good in that first movie. Like,
100%. Yeah. Now that first Mortal Kombat film was a classic to me. I'm sorry. It's the second one after that wasn't the best. That was.
Are you talking about Annihilation?
Yeah.
Annihilation.
Oh my God, that movie! Oh my God.
Yeah, some of them were.
Yeah,
so
I have no words.
Yeah, so we could gush about this film
for that movie.
I'm gonna see if there's any other topics because Chosen didn't come back. Yet. Let me see. I thought I saw another article, but I had to bring this up because I saw this. I was like, Oh my god, I can't wait. So Shao Kahn is a goddamn beast.
Joe, do you want me to share for the next? I've got something. We were talking about it earlier, but I was going to share this.
Oh, you got something else to pop up? Okay, yeah. Let you pop it up real quick.
I'll close my link and I can
always come back to it. Bring us the trailer, man. I can't. I'm getting too giddy now.
Yeah, we was talking about this earlier anyway, so
That might scold me for being excited for something other than Superman this year, but I'm sorry, man. Okay, so this is the thing we were talking about with the games.
So this was back in February, from what James Gunn was saying. So, but he's basically saying he told NetherRealm, he told Rocksteady, we need more DC games developed, and I think that's true because everybody's been asking for a Superman game. We've been asking for I know Batman is whatever, but a lot of people have been asking for another Batman game since they tried to do the Bat Family with Gotham Knights.
How about we just do, if we're gonna do a Batman game?
Wasn't the best.
How about the problem is we've already done so many Bruce Wayne games? How about we just make a Batman Beyond game?
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I think that would make sense too because we've got the tech to do the futuristic stuff now. So
yeah, I think we could do it. I think it'd be cool. I'd be down because there's so many interesting villains that you don't get to see.
For real.
In the other iterations, I think I'd be down for.
We could pull off a Flash. We could pull off a Green Lantern.
I want my Green
so
Arrow
many
game.
heroes and characters you could pull off in DC. So
I want my Green Arrow game. I think that's cool. I also think
a Green Arrow would be sick. Honestly.
I think with the stuff going on with the with like how they're getting ready to do a Teen Titans movie, I think we need a new Teen Titans game too.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of potential, as we've seen with Marvel Rivals. A lot of we need more games where people get to play with their friends.
Yeah, exactly.
More team up type thing. Like I love solo games, but I want more games where I can it can be story based, but games
you can play with your friends. Yeah,
online co-op.
Yeah, I think that's what Gotham Knights tried to do.
The reason that Shredder, the reason that Shredder's Revenge worked so well as in the classic arcade classic.
Yeah, you can just play with your friends. You got to
invite your friends to play with you in the story.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need more of. I've said for a while. I still think, and I stand by this, and I don't care what anyone else says, Spider-Man 2 for Insomniac would be an absolute W if you could have had your friend when you're playing online, where one to use Peter and one to use Miles throughout the game. That game would have been a W. If you had your best friend,
like some Takes Two shit type of shit, that would have been dope.
That would have been fucking awesome.
That would have been awesome.
Like you playing Miles and Peter the entire time with your best friend, like. You imagine me and Jake streaming? We're both playing Peter and Miles, kicking ass together.
That would have been dope. That would have been dope. Yeah,
it would have been sick.
Yeah, so I think honestly, like James Gunn's got the right idea with the video games as well, and especially like with what's that game? Like I said, like the last co-op thing was Gotham Knights. I know a lot of people hated that game. I didn't mind it. I firstly thought it was like a 7.5 out of 10. It could have been a lot better. But
I just don't think the problem. I think the story was good in Gotham Knights.
Yeah, the story was really good.
But I think the gameplay.
The gameplay was very, very repetitive.
Jake, you want to link?
The story saved it. The story really just saved it. So,
I think so too. I think the combat was just a little too repetitive. If they had really good bases, like they had the Arkham feeling, I think it would have been great.
The thing is, as well, it was open world too, which I did like. But you just couldn't use every character at the same time. And it wasn't like, if it was like Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, but you were just Nightwing, it would have been sick. I feel like it would have still, because you could still synchronize your characters to do certain things like you did in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think there's a lot of potential for really cool.
Yeah.
I still think, and I know people are gonna get mad because we just had this game. I'll be honest. They have to wait a while because of the backlash for it.
Yeah.
I want to see. Maybe it doesn't have to be Rocksteady. Maybe it could be Neverwell or whatever. Or maybe Rocksteady gets a chance at redemption.
Yeah.
After the shit we just went through, maybe 3 years down the line, I want to see an actual good Suicide Squad game eventually.
Yeah, 100%.
Like eventually. Like I'm not, even though I didn't like the Suicide Squad game, I'm not writing off that a good Suicide Squad game can't happen.
Yeah.
Now, your first choice, if you do a good Suicide Squad game, you better make a better fucking roster this time, because
I mean, man, that game. I wanted that game to be good,
I wanted,
and it took me a whole year. It took me a whole year to like leave it alone and play it, and then
it to be
2 hours in and I left it.
I just didn't want it to be a shooter, man. I wanted it to be something.
More.
Like you have the co-op experience, but each character abilities should be what makes the gameplay special.
Yeah,
Right. So if you're playing as Harley, you can use her gun. If you're playing as Deadshot, yeah, he's all guns, but he also has knives and hand-to-hand combat and stuff like that. But then, like, you have Bronze Tiger, you got the claws, you're doing martial arts, you can do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it should be. Each character should have been able to have different. It should feel different when you're playing different characters.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. And that's what's really sad. Because it should have felt different.
It's crazy. Like imagine people, listen, I'm going to say this. People that called Gotham Knights really bad, play Suicide Squad. Then come back to me and say, otherwise. I'm telling you. That literally,
I didn't finish all of Gotham Knights, but I'd been played like the multiplayer and enjoying some of the stuff. And then I was playing the story with Trevor for a while. And I was enjoying it. I was liking it.
Yeah. I finished it all. I did like the story. I think the story was a big highlight. And I
heard people liked the story. I heard the ending of the story was good and people were
it was really good too. But in terms of the gameplay, some of the upgrades, it wasn't the best. It wasn't implemented the best. Not using all the characters. Freon was good. What else was there? I think it was just, I think fighting wise, it was just not the
I think the problem that game faced, which I hate to be this guy, I think the gameplay came off a little bit too much Marvel's Avengers, and we still had that bad taste in our mouth.
Yeah, 100.
And I think that was really bad.
Yeah.
Like, I know that game had been in development for a long time, but, like, still, they should have done something that didn't even come close to that game. I do think, like, and I want to talk about something I've been meaning to make videos about this. I want to, like, turn my channel into a hub for this one game because people keep saying in my streams that they keep getting mad at me because they say, like, well, they're not real valid trolls because it's who, right? But I keep seeing people comment, or specifically one individual keeps stating, and which individual I'm talking about. They keep getting mad that I'm only streaming Marvel Rivals. And I wanted to address this with everyone in the stream. I feel bad for Underground because Underground, unfortunately, does not have a next-gen console.
That's fine.
So you can only play. But I have been getting it. I've been planning. I downloaded it. I've been planning to try and play DC Online with him because I know that's something that he wanted to do. Which we'll hopefully do that soon. But what I wanted to state is, like, people are wondering. I've seen people like Rexlad and a bunch of other people say that they're getting bored with Marvel Rivals and stuff.
Yeah.
And
really?
That's something that you
already.
That's something that you get bored with. I understand. I get that. That's it. You want to play for games wise, like, that's totally cool. But I'm sorry, I'm logging hours on end on this game because I think this game fucking rules. I
think. How can I put it? I think for me, like, because I play Marvel Rivals quite sporadically. So when I jump on for a good hour or two. And I have my fun. And I think for the people that don't want to play every single day or whatever, think like you just play every odd other day. You don't have to play every single day. Don't force yourself. Just don't force yourself, basically. Like, what I mean? You don't have to.
Is so inverted into this community and this type of game. I was looking for one game to give me that, like, multiplayer satisfaction. And right now, Rivals is scratching that itch for me. Oh, did you send something, Chosen? I don't know why you didn't just come back and send it. Let's see what he sent me. Like, to me, I
think, Jake, you got a point. I think with Retro, like, we just need I think he needs to jump on competitive at this point. Jump on competitive, and then,
I mean, if he's playing competitive, because, like, I like playing competitive. Like, a lot of people say,
I think competitive would be the thing. That's why I always say, like, when it comes to these type of games, when you play these games, make sure you play quick matches, all of that, cool, to get used to everything. I still
find it fun, but if you want to play competitive, you want a little more challenge.
Like, go on ranked, competitive. Though, if you go on them, you're gonna feel the competition. You're gonna feel it. So, that's what it is.
Wait a minute. They actually making my dream canon, or someone saying it could have almost happened. Oh my gosh! I gotta pull up what Chosen just sent me. So I know we don't talk about the Miyagiverse very often, but. So I was saying that one thing that would have made season 6 an even better season was I wanted, as much as it was awesome, boy, I love Wolf and I love bringing Liz Tan in, but I wanted Wolf to have another co-sensei that was going to be just next level evil, right? And so as we were talking about him in John Wick earlier, one of my biggest things, it would have been hard. He probably would have been expensive to get. But I bet you if you called him, I bet you Scott Adkins would have joined Cobra Kai in a heartbeat. You know what I mean, Chris?
Yeah.
Because not like he's doing anything big budget. I feel like the Cobra Kai people would have been more respectful to him than say some of these other Hollywood guys.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed is Chosen just sent me a fan art of Wolf and Scott Adkins as a sensei and Iron Dragons together, and they come up with a spinoff. If they could get Scott Adkins to star in this, oh man, dude, you guys got to see this fan art he sent me. Like, I'm losing my shit. I might have to do a video about this actually, because this would be crazy. So that's the link for StreamYard. That's the wrong thing. Let's see this, because he sent me. I saw it. I was like, what? This is wild. Share my screen. Go on audio mode for this just because I'm freaking out.
Yeah. Oh, let me go toilet. I'll be back in a sec.
What are you doing? Oh, you
Toilet.
back. All right. So let me go back to my screen. Okay. Now, come on. Just come on, bro. Rise of the Dragons? Is that not the perfect name for a spinoff or what? Wait a minute. What if
it'll make sense.
I just came up
Honestly,
with a theory, Underground. I just came up with a theory. What if the reason that Wolf was so cruel is that Scott Adkins' character has been Wolf's sensei? What if Scott Adkins started Iron Dragons?
Now that would actually make sense.
But Scott Adkins is older than Louis Tan, so he'd be like Silver's age or older. Maybe, well, not as old as Silver because he's not that. Like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, oh my god, that scratches every itch I've ever had. Like, see, writers, this is what we could have had. This is what we could have had. We could have had Scott Adkins and Cobra Kai. The series finale of Cobra Kai should have been Johnny and Daniel versus Scott Adkins and Louis Tan. Like, that shit would have been insane.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Chosen and Johnny. Either one. You could have had, like, dude. Oh my god. I love it. The Rise of the Dragons. So I'm going to say it right now, okay? If this is the pitch for the Iron Dragon spinoff, no other spinoff for Cobra Kai will get close to my hype. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Like, just this fan image alone, seeing them both being dragons in the same dojo, like, two iconic legends in the same show, like, are you kidding me? Like, everybody knows they hear me gush about Wolf, and I love Wolf a lot, but I'm going to tell you, man, I love Louis Tan a lot. But whoever the sensei that Scott Adkins' character would be, ooh, I just had an idea for my spinoff movie now. I just came up with a really good idea. You know what I came up with, Underground?
What?
I'm going to make my story even more original than people previously planned. Because I'm going to make this a reality.
Oh, damn.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
What?
Even though my original plan for my movie was to make myself related to Silver, but then because Trevor's long hair, we ended up making him the direction that he would be related to Silver. Right?
Okay.
And now my new plan is I originally was going to then be the son of Wolf because I love Wolf's character and I wanted to be more connected to him. But Wolf has more of that Chinese stuff, so I don't want to do any of that whitewashing shit, right?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do instead.
What happened?
I want to be Scott Adkins' son because I got the beard, I got the hair when I grow up back. I think I could do it.
Yeah.
My character should be Scott Adkins' son. I think whatever his.
Oh
character...
wait, Joe, what's this? What's going on with this? Hold on.
Oh, you missed it, dude. This is fan art someone showed us for if we got an Iron Dragon spinoff. They're implying in this fan art. I'm going to do a video about this. That Scott Adkins, would have been Louis Tan's master, and that they would have been my pitch for the Cobra Kai series finale was to bring in I love Louis Tan because he's a good martial arts star, but Scott Adkins is a mega martial arts star. So if you had Johnny fight a mega martial arts star and not in a tournament fight, in a real fight, Could you imagine the hype through the roof for that show?
Yeah.
Like I said a long time ago, the best person to get in Cobra Kai back when he was alive was, I said in season 5, they should have brought in Jason David Frank as a martial arts antagonist.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
But I said if they couldn't do that, the next thing they got to do is bring in Scott Adkins. Okay, here comes Sheldon. But now I decided that for my spin-off movie, I was originally gonna make my character connected to Wolf.
If they can greenlight this, I'll watch it. Without a doubt.
This is the spin-off I want. This is the one I'm gonna start making videos on. And that title, people kept saying it's Iron Dragon spin-off, but never had a title.
But it's Rise of the Dragons, fam.
Rise of the Dragon.
It makes sense.
My God.
Man.
Yes.
I'm happy to send this to you, bro.
They could have set this up in season 6, and it would have been.
You know what, Joe? You know what? I have an idea, Joe. Do you remember when the Iron Dragons got introduced, and then after they beat the Cobra Kai, right? Korean Cobra Kai. You know that guy that was standing next to Wolf, that henchman with the jacket? Yes. Mm-hmm. That should have been Scott Adkins.
Dude, could you imagine? Dude, my hype would have been through the roof if it was Scott Adkins. Oh my God. Dude, I just want to see
Wolf is standing. Like Wolf, after Wolf won, he gives Johnny the smirk on his face, and Johnny looks at Wolf, but then Daniel sees Scott Adkins, like, who the heck is that? And
you know what they could do? Because they were in the All Valley Arena, right? You know what they could do is they could have it where like Wolf did the smirk, and then outside Johnny and Daniel are celebrating their win, and then they get jumped by Wolf and Scott Adkins outside.
Imagine, bro.
Like, could you imagine?
Bro, I'm sorry, but you know what should have happened in part 2? And I think this is the biggest mistake on Cobra Kai's life.
Dude, the brawl.
They should have had.
Oh, go ahead, Chosen.
The brawl, yes, I was gonna bring up the brawl. You know what would have been so crazy? If Daniel and Johnny fought Wolf and Scott Adkins at the Sekateka brawl.
Yeah, dude. Because you know what would have been crazy about that was like, you know what would have made this even better too, Chosen? Even though Louis Tan is a great fighter, you know what would have made this even better? I have an even bigger video that could make things even more hype for you for part 3. You know, we've been talking about what would happen if Quan survived. Do you know what martial art is Scott Adkins' highest black belt in? Taekwondo.
Oh,
you see that? Bro, why didn't the writers do that? Yo, writers,
you thought about this even crazier, bro. Going into part 3, imagine Quan training under Scott Adkins instead of being trained under.
Oh, why didn't the writers do this? Why? Just why? I want to ask the writers why didn't they do this?
This is too good. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna be straight honest with you, and people might get mad. No other Cobra Kai spinoff is important to me until this one is greenlit. Like I need
this
the
one,
Iron Dragons.
You know what? Actually,
Cobra Kai: Rise of the Dragons. I need it.
You know what, Joe? I just came up with a theory. You know, now that people want the Robbie and Tori spinoff, you know what could happen in a Robbie and Tori spinoff?
Yeah.
What? Imagine Scott Adkins' character meets Mike Barnes.
That fight I need, dude.
That'd be a funny fight.
Hard.
That'll be gold. That'll be gold. I can't lie.
I think Scott Adkins will be in the Robbie and Tori spinoff. I've said this many times.
If you guys want to see Scott Adkins, how good he plays as a villain, you need to watch this movie on. I think it might still be on Netflix. It's called Triple Threat, and it stars Scott Adkins and Tony Jaa, and I believe it's Michael Jai White. But Michael Jai White and Scott Adkins are like the antagonists of the movie. They're a part of this elite soldier squad, and they're basically like video game bosses, right? Where it takes them a little bit of time to beat Michael Jai White, but Scott Adkins is the main threat, and you watch him throwing around all these great Chinese martial artists, and his banter as a villain is great. Where he's like, Jesus Christ, how hard is it to beat this little Chinese girl? Like, he just gets so mad and so brutal, and just that's the Scott Adkins I want. Like, I love that Scott Adkins.
You see, this is what
John Wick 4. Yeah, dude, that's too good. Oh, I'm watching.
Bro, you know my biggest.
I'm watching John Wick 4 tonight.
You know what they should have done, Joe?
Yeah.
You know how Johnny was rivals with Wolf?
Yeah.
I would actually like to see Scott Adkins be rivals with Daniel.
That would have been interesting because you know what would have happened?
Because Daniel does not. Because that's the thing I have an issue with season 6. Daniel did not have a rivalry in season 6.
Yeah, he didn't have much in it. Yeah,
but here's the thing they would have to do, though, Chosen.
I'm okay with Daniel losing.
As a great martial artist, one thing they would have to do is, even though they would have a rivalry, no matter what, they would have to do something where if Daniel and Scott Adkins fight, they never declare a winner, because
you know what they could do actually.
You can't have Daniel beat Scott Adkins. It just wouldn't happen.
But you know what they could do, Joe? You know how you can make this rivalry personal?
Yeah.
Maybe Scott Adkins' character knew Mr. Miyagi.
That's what I was thinking. Ooh, I came up with an idea. What if Scott Adkins was the sensei of the dojo that Mr. Miyagi took place in the Sekai Taikai? And what if Scott Adkins was the one that told Mr. Miyagi to kill the student?
You see, now that would have been that would have made the Daniel and Scott Adkins rivalry more personal.
A bit more personal, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that would have made that interesting. I would have liked to see how that would have done. Dude, I would feel bad for Ralph Macchio. There's no way Ralph Macchio is keeping up with.
I will give Ralph Macchio some credit, though. I will give Ralph Macchio some credit. He's being rivals with one of the best fighters that we know.
Yeah, I've seen that he did get I saw he did get his black belt in karate finally, so that's good for him. But no, dude, the fact that someone posted this and just, I need this spinoff, man.
This spinoff would be sick. I think it'd be or maybe they could make it like an established where it's the Iron Dragons, and let's say my man goes back to Scott Adkins as the master. He's like, I failed. He's like, don't you ever fail. Bro, you're
Dude, could you imagine him getting the shit kicked out of him? Imagine Scott Adkins going total brain furnish on him. You remember in Avengement? Did you ever see Avengement where he's in prison and he's just like, the fuck you just said to me? You come over to my dojo and you disrespect me like that? I train you better than that, Wolf.
Yeah, for real, bro. Could you imagine? I think that would be more damaging to the Iron Dragons.
So this would be like the
if we can't get the rise, we can get the collapse of the
Cobra Kai equivalent of Plagueis and Palpatine, right? So you'd have Wolf failed and then comes back to him, and then he's like, "You did what?" And then just beat the shit out of him.
What could you imagine, bro? Oh my days, bro! The collapse of the Iron Dragons.
If they were ever able to make this happen, if they were ever to call up Scott Adkins and make this a reality,
yeah, I think they. You know what sucks? If the Karate Kid Legends movie didn't flop, we could probably get something going in it. But I don't.
What about Karate Kid Legends? At the same time, what if they did a Karate Kid Legends 2, and in the sequel they find a way to do it where maybe it's more central to, or maybe it's not necessarily Karate Kid Legends, but maybe it got enough attention where they made it to a different Cobra Kai film story, and they make it where something happens where you have a story with the central adults, not necessarily focused on training a kid, but it becomes something more personal.
Okay.
And then you have
you know what they should have done, and I feel like they should. And Karate Kid Legends made a big mistake. They should have brought the writers of Cobra Kai to do that movie, because I have a feeling if you brought them to do the Legends, I feel like the movie would have been different.
What do you think they would have made it? What do you think the movie would have been like if the big three did it?
I think it would have been the same.
You know what, Joe? I know what they would have done. Actually, I would still have Connor in the movie, but his sensei would be Sensei Wolf.
That would have been good. See, I think Wolf being in that movie that's the thing that made me sad about that movie was I think the writing on the wall was so there for Wolf to be Connor's sensei and for them to do something to continue that universe. Because I feel like when they just introduced Wolf and the fans hype for Wolf going on, I think people would have loved to see Wolf on the big screen. I think people would have absolutely loved to see a full-on movie where Wolf was a main antagonist.
You know what? This could be a movie. This Rise of Dragons could be a movie, actually.
Honestly, I would rather watch it as a movie than a show, because I think I've seen Scott Adkins on stream before. I love it when I see
it can work. Yeah. Movie or a show, I'm there.
This would actually, Joe. You know what, Joe? That's good, because this would actually give the Cobra Kai fans attention, and this movie made a lot of money.
Yeah, dude, this movie would make bank, bro. Anything that Scott Adkins is in makes bank. I literally even the point where Scott Adkins does anything, even if I heard it's getting bad word of mouth, I'm still gonna go see anything that Scott Adkins is in. I've always been that way. He's probably been Like, to be honest, I know he's now a little older.
Yeah, of course.
But since he started working on his acting, more like in John Wick 4 and stuff, there's still a part of my brain that I don't know if James Gunn would do it because he's not known enough. But there's still a part of my brain ever since he did his audition for Batman in back when he was going to be in The Dark Knight Rises. If he had the right acting coach and they had the right writing, I know he's like in his late 40s, but I think that he looks good for his age. I think there is a world, especially if you wanted a father role for him,
to make him like Batman or something.
I think he could have been Batman.
Yeah,
I think there's still a chance he's on, and if he's not Batman, he's definitely Deathstroke.
Actually, I think he's the perfect. His age isn't really that.
His age wouldn't be that big of an issue. I don't think he's that old.
I think it would. No,
I would love that shit. I think he'd be great as Batman. Like, that shit would be awesome. Like, if you guys watch, you know what's a movie you guys should watch if you want to see like what he's like in like a dojo setting type movie? There's a movie where he does a lot of karate in called Ninja 2. It's one of my favorite movies. And in Ninja 2, dude, he takes out an entire dojo by himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Ninja 2. Yeah. I haven't seen that film in a bit. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
That movie's killer. I love Ninja 2.
I had a vague watch of it, but I remember the action was pretty good.
Yeah, it's great action. No, I would honestly love. I would love to see this, but I would also really love, like, every time Scott Adkins' name comes out, I really think that Hollywood has shamed Scott Adkins so many times. Doctor Strange, and everyone, he's a martial artist. He's not an actor, but he gets in some of his like direct-to-stream movies. His acting he's
actually good.
Very good. Yeah. It's very good, and I think he's becoming more than just a martial artist. And I think that hey, Brandon, how are you doing, man? I'm doing really well. I think they should definitely have. I could see Scott Adkins. If you don't make him Batman, make him fucking Deathstroke, bro. Like,
yeah, I could see him.
I'm sorry. Do you want to get people's heads to turn? The one
as a Deathstroke, yeah.
Because Marvel was the one that messed up Scott Adkins in the first place with Doctor Strange.
With Doctor Strange.
If you wanted to beat Marvel, Scott Adkins in the DCU has a big role. I think you're cooking, bro. I think you're cooking at that point. And if Retrolad were here, he'd say the same thing because Retrolad has ever actually met Scott Adkins.
Yeah.
No, I could gush about Scott Adkins forever. Like, some of Scott Adkins' movies are some of my favorite movies of all time. Like the Boyka franchise is killer. I made one of my biggest videos actually was I made a fan fiction of Scott Adkins' character from the Boyka franchise going up against Andrew Koji, who was just announced to be in the new Street Fighter movie. His character from the show Warrior on Max. I put those two characters together because their fighting styles are very.
Oh yeah, apparently there was rumors there was something to do with the Street Fighter film. Hold on.
Yeah, I think was there something new about it that came.
Yeah, there was something new.
Wasn't there something about Walton Goggins in it? I heard something about Walton Goggins. There might be something about it.
There was some. I'm sure there was something. Yeah. So Walton Goggins, that was it. There was that and something else.
Yeah, did that just come out, Brandon? I'm not familiar.
Yeah, that one just came. Hold on, let me just check. Yeah, the Walton Goggins news just came out. What do you say? Yeah. So Walton Goggins and Orville Peck have been they've been reportedly cast as M. Bison and Vega.
That's pretty cool. I'm not surprised Walton Goggins isn't after his big kickoff in Fallout. He made a big impact.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised that people want to see him in other projects. I thought I saw something.
I saw something about Sagat as well. I don't know who it was.
I didn't know anything about that trailer, Brandon, but it looks interesting. You're the first person to tell me about that.
Rise of the Dragons.
Yeah, so apparently Jason Momoa might be Sagat. Apparently.
Ooh. Do you think he fits that role as a fan of the games?
I think with Jason Momoa, he's got the build for sure.
Yeah.
I think he could pull it off. I think he could actually pull it off in it because Sagat is quite like big, hefty, dead.
I still can't get over. I'm still on that Mortal Kombat hype train right now, man. I can't get over that.
Yeah, no, listen, look, video game movies are. I think with the way that they're going, it could be dope. So Legend of Zelda movie got delayed. Yeah, Jake, I know why it got delayed. We all know why it got delayed. We all know why. Yeah, the Legend of Zelda news, because I think it was, what was it? Apparently Zelda isn't a woman. Apparently,
Wow.
that's what. Yeah. That's what it is. And again, like I don't care about anybody's sexuality or things like that. I really know business about that. But I think Zelda being trans is a disrespect to the woman character, as that's what it's always been portrayed as in the games. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if it was like if the character, let's say if it was one of her followers that was like a trans character, cool, I wouldn't have a problem with that. That's fine. Like, whatever, you can place them in the film without it being like disingenuous, because you're being disingenuous to that community. You're not hurting nobody else's feelings but that community. So just be very, very mindful of that. But yeah.
Rise of Corn or Rise of the Dragons? Yes, Corn.
Rise of Corn, Rise of the Dragon. That'll be dope. Yeah, Quan.
Someone said-
I would like to see. I want to know Quan's backstory, actually, low key. But we'll have to see what.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, something.
That's the big issue I have with Cobra Kai, is that why would you kill him off when you could have just gave him the backstory?
Yeah.
They still can though. They still can. It's just obviously.
I mean, yeah, they can. Like, they could give us like a small prequel of Quan, like how he was.
This
back
is
then.
just really cool fan art. We were just gushing about how awesome it was. We're just looking at really cool fan art right now. I'm gonna remove this for a minute because we're talking.
This is one of the best ones we've seen so far.
Yeah, no, I love that. It's just something we dream of that could happen. Oh, now we just jumped to 9 people now. That's crazy. I was just reading something else interesting. What's that character from Creature Commandos? Someone said something. Oh, by the way, Sal, did you subscribe to all of us yet in the link, or at least my link, and then everyone else's when we talked to? Because I was wondering when you came in if you followed our channel or not yet. But so there was what was it called? There was something I read about that character from the Creature Commandos show. Remember, James Gunn said that other characters were going to come into live action. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. You remember that character that had powers that the Creature Commandos had a hard time fighting, right?
Yeah.
And she showed the vision of the future. What was that character's name? She had like that. Had Amazonian roots, right?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. What is her name again? Hold on. Creature Commandos.
So it's gonna pull.
Is it Creature Commandos? It's not the fish girl, is it? Oh.
Not Fish, because she was one of the members of the Creature Commandos, but she was the villain in Creature Commandos. I'm gonna pull this up, and maybe you remember this character. Let me pull this up for us. This is related to the Wonder Woman news. Someone says. You see what I pulled up?
Oh,
here?
her, right, yeah.
I remember her now.
So this could continue that trend of more characters from Creature Commandos coming into live action.
Okay, that's cool.
So I saw this, and honestly, because in the Wonder Woman movies we previously got, we introduced we've already used
that's Ares. Sorceress Cersei. That's it.
Yeah. I think we should definitely do this would be a good antagonist for Wonder Woman in the DCU. I think this would be cool.
Yo, we need season 2 of
Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
What did Brandon say? Cool. Does the movie Life of Chucky, Stephen King movie with Tom Hiddleston and Mark Hamill look good? Yeah. Of Chuck. Yeah, I heard about this movie. It looks pretty good. Yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about Mark Hamill on Sunday because we're going to have a Mark Hamill celebration and talk about how Disney destroyed his character.
His character, unfortunately.
Because he's now officially admitted that now if Disney's smart, they'll start to recast and do good things with Lucas.
Yeah, for he wants to retire. I don't blame him, man. He's done the role for how many years?
He has said that he is done now. So
yeah, he's done, man. Let him do what he needs
I like
to do,
his
man.
comments. He literally I left my robe behind, so I ain't gonna be a naked Force ghost in the Rey movie. But he's pretty much stated he's done. It's cool that Hiddleston's in that movie. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I like Tom Hiddleston. I think Tom Hiddleston and Mark Hamill are gonna be pretty good. Yeah, that's any Stephen King adaptations are looking pretty good right now. I've been seeing some pretty good things about this new one. So we have this for that's pretty interesting for Dawn of DC. Mark Hamill was retiring from Luke Skywalker, which is sad, but I respect it. Yeah, so don't miss our stream on Sunday, Brandon, because on Sunday we're gonna talk about the legacy of Luke Skywalker and where we think they should go with Luke Skywalker next to fix the damage because it won't be with Hamill. But also I think that we should talk about some of the best moments we've gotten with Luke. Also, if you guys didn't see, Star Wars Theory made a new video where he showed his version of the sequel trilogy of Luke and stuff. Yeah. And oh my God, 5 minutes of it is better than the entire sequel trilogy.
I'm not surprised.
Like you guys got to watch it. It's crazy good. Like I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh.
I have to check that out in the morning. Yeah, that was sounds like it's gonna be good.
So we're definitely gonna talk about that on Sunday. I got a lot of new Star Wars shirts, so I have a lot of good stuff to wear for Sunday, which is really cool. Let's see. I was looking through. So we have this article. Where's the other? This news is interesting. Where was the other thing I saw? Yeah, it's sad, but it makes sense that he's ready to be done with them.
Yeah, man. Let him retire. Rest in peace.
Yeah, they pissed him. They pissed him off too much.
Yeah, they did too much, man, to him. I'm sorry. So, what's this?
Some people are already throwing out casting potential for Wonder Woman. I'm seeing an interesting name that matches age, height, and has experience in action roles. Okay. What do you guys think about this fan cast for Wonder Woman? I just saw an interesting one up here.
Yeah, she does look the part for sure.
So it says she's 32, has experience in action movies, and is a pretty relatively known but not super known.
Frida, I'm sure that name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, that's true. If Carrie was around, she probably would have quit too. I wonder what Carrie would have thought what they did with Leia. Do you think she would be happy, or you think she'd be not happy?
I think, depending on looking at how they went, I don't think she would have been exactly happy with it. I mean, obviously, if she died, it would have been like an honorable death kind of thing, but not how they did it. So. Oh, she was in Vikings. Okay.
Oh, she was in Vikings, the actress?
And she was in The Witcher. Oh, Geralt's mother. Oh, okay, the backstory. Right, makes sense. Yeah.
That's cool. I like Geralt's mother.
She's 6'1".
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna make you happy, Chris.
Let me see.
We might have our first candidate for Static Shock here, potentially.
Oh my God, I still remember the theme song for the show back in the day.
So RJ Cycle says he wants to play Static Shock in the DCU. Hell yeah! The reason why I grew my dreadlocks is to play that role. Literally, James Gunn, I got you. I have it, brother. I can do this.
Oh yeah, because I remember him. He was in the Power Rangers. Yeah. Power Rangers movie. Okay.
What do you think? Do you think this is our guy?
I think he could pull it off,
Yeah.
He said he grew the dreadlocks for it. Why not let him?
Yeah, I think. I'll say let him. I think I've actually liked him as a.
It's time for Static Shock, baby. It is time.
And he was in that film. What was that film he was in? The Holiday 4 as well. Yeah,
I like the dreads. Carrie looked like she had fun as General Leia because she worked with her daughter. Yeah, at least she got to have some fun memories before she was done.
Yeah.
I do think even though she didn't get to see all her portrayal, I do think it's not what I would have done with Leia, but I still think that Leia was treated better than Luke was. Because at least Leia had a role in Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, true.
Where Luke was a cameo, and then he was ruined in 7. Then they ruined in 8. Then they goofed him around in 9. And made him redirect his silliness. So they ruined him from changing all the different stuff. Twitter's throwing out some good stuff. We're talking potential Wonder Womans. We're talking. Oh, I want to close this window. I don't want my messages up here. Close that for a minute. Okay, did we talk about that Superman's going to be 2 hours and 2 minutes? You guys heard that?
Wait, what's that? Sorry.
Superman is going to be. I've heard Superman is going to be 2 hours and 2 minutes. Apparently.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good runtime from what I heard. I don't remember if that's the accurate one. That's what Rotten Tomatoes is saying is the accurate runtime, but maybe that's not 100% accurate right now.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, World's Finest. Okay. Some news we got. Okay, we talked about James Gunn is writing a new movie that is in some ways a sequel to Superman, Wonder Woman film. The Justice League does not exist yet in the DCU, but they will. James Gunn once reiterates the Batman 2 isn't canceled. We knew this. There's Star Wars Theories thing. Where is... Okay, is this for... Oh, that's the actress who plays Hawkgirl. We talked about how Sergeant Rock isn't canceled, but it was on hold till next year. Nathan Fillion says he feels a little bit higher strung in HBO's Lanterns. I've done a scene in Lanterns. We filmed it already where he's constantly smirking. It's neat to see him in different environments. Oh, that's cool. Good stuff about Guy Gardner.
Oh, Hawk Girl. I actually think she's going to be a good Hawk Girl.
I'm excited about everything about Superman. Gets me more excited. I don't have a single issue with Superman here. Oh yeah, John Wick, all the films. Eyes of Wakanda will officially feature Iron Fist. We've known about this for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Iron Fist you expect? Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Honestly.
It's gonna be a chick Iron Fist, probably is my guess. We'll see though. Because this is about the actress who plays Martha in Superman, is proud to be part of Superman. That's pretty interesting. All right. Kind of crazy that all three of them have biological kids now. Whoa. New rumors surround that John Bernthal's Punisher will appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Really?
That's I've heard about that one before. We talked about Wonder Woman. Trying to think if I'm missing any other big ones. Oh, was this about screenings? The screenings for Superman start at 7 p.m. local time, meaning fans in the East Coast, New York will be the first to see the film. Interesting. The Russo brothers provided an estimate runtime for Doomsday and Secret Wars. We talked about this before. Oh, this is different. They say Doomsday 2.5, 5 hours. Secret Wars 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep, that's what we've heard. Let's see. Metahumans. Oh, we talked about the metahumans being around for centuries.
Yo, what's going on in the chat? I see people coming in.
Oh, are more people popping in and saying stuff?
Media is in the chat. JJ's in the chat.
Hey, what's up, JJ? Hey, Media Merchant. It's been a minute since we've seen you guys. Yeah, Luke Skywalker's character arc went backwards and should have done more than Hermit Jedi. Yeah, that's exactly true. No one wanted to see that. Hey, what's up, JJ? How you guys doing? So JJ and Media Merchant, surprisingly, Chris, were some of my first UK friends before you and Retroland came around.
Okay, cool.
So I used to play. I'm doing fantastic, JJ. So we used to play Fortnite all together. JJ, me and Media Merchant. Did the actress who plays Jessica Jones, Christian Ritter, already start filming her scenes with Charlie for Daredevil Born Again season 2? Yes, they've been filming for a while. Brandon.
Yeah, that season's been going on for a minute for production.
Yeah, they've been doing. I gotta get another drink now. They've been doing a lot of filming together and even working in the gym. Wait, what the heck? Do I still have this? This was a screening for Superman, I guess, from Fandango. Wait, where's this early screening for Superman? Tuesday, July 8th at 7 p.m.
Did you hear that the website crashed because of this?
This is good news.
Because
I gotta find this fan. Where is this? This is an Amazon Prime fan screening.
It also happened with it also happened with another movie, Fantastic Four.
I gotta look this up for this fan screening to see in my area if it's still gonna be if my fan screening is still gonna be able, because if this is true, I'm gonna go to this fan screening because there's still available on this one. Let me look this up. It looks like it's from Fandango. Where's my phone? Let me get a drink. I'll be right back. But also, I'm gonna look to see if I can get tickets for this because the official release date is going to be, it's going to come out on July 11th, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's the Friday release. So I'm guessing the Thursday release will be July 10th. Yeah. So if I see it July 8th, I'll get my review out 2 days before the rest of the world.
See if there's any fan releases in the UK.
So that's pretty awesome. I love that.
I'm going to see if there's one in the UK. Fan releases UK. I don't think there's much fan releases in the UK that we can do. So
we're gonna see where this fan screening is. Are you gonna go to this fan screening chosen in your town?
Let me see. I'm looking now to see.
I'm pulling it up right now to see if I can find it. Okay, my phone's at 40%.
Oh, there is one in London. Okay, 5 p.m. When is it? 14th of May. Hold on. Did they pass that? Oh, that's the trailer release. Oh, I'm looking for the fan release, man, not the trailer release.
Amazon fan Superman screening. Okay, how to buy early tickets on Prime. So if you go to the Prime website, I'm gonna send my mom this link so she can, because I think she's got a Prime membership here. So it says log into Prime, purchase tickets, enjoy. This is for an early screening of Superman for Amazon, just like they did for Wicked. That's what my mom says. And then so it says, Prime members can watch Superman as early as July 8th, 3 days before July 11th, nationwide. Superman tickets will be available starting June 10th through. Oh, so they're not available yet. You can't get them till June 10th. Customers can round up their purchase to support Boys and Girls of America. Ahead of the release of Superman, Amazon has teamed up with DC Studios and Warner Bros. To offer early screenings of the summer film event. Dude, this is freaking awesome. In select theaters and IMAX screenings take place on July 8th at 7 p.m. local time. 3 days before the film's. Oh, dude, I'm totally going to this early screening. Was gonna hop on for Star Wars, but then couldn't get on. Oh, it's all good, man. We'll play Fortnite in a minute soon. I'm gonna head out. Joe, Windstream, no worries. Underground, hopefully we'll play.
Underground, man. See you, man.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to check.
Yeah, good time.
I'm gonna have to check this Superman movie out. Yeah, man. They're screening 3 days and a half.
Listen, guys, honestly, if this, like, all I'm saying is this, yeah, go into Superman with an open mind. Don't go, like, if you're someone who loves Man of Steel, because there are people out there that do like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel, but I do kind of like what James Gunn is doing with his take on it, yeah. Just have a...
I like that we're getting a proper...
Yeah, for real. Proper, right? Just have an open mind about it. If it is bad, just say what you didn't like, but also say what you did like.
Go on sale till June 10th, but you can look at seating and stuff and check out all the details. It won't be till July 8th, but we get to see it 3 days early. So I would be one of the first people to make a review for the movie. Thank you, Jake. So I'm definitely playing Fortnite tonight then, guys. I'll do Marvel Rivals and Fortnite. I'll do streams for both because right now Fortnite's doing a DC season and I'm waiting for this Superman skin to come out. Plus the Superman missions in here are great.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you got Robin in there, and I needed more DC skins. Like I don't have a lot of DC skins right now because I missed a lot of DC stuff. And I'm way more into the DC stuff than I am the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, if anything with Marvel Rivals, I'll be on this weekend, then it'll be like Friday, Saturday, or something. So.
I'm gonna go on a us tour type thing next year. Hopefully, might come, dude. JJ, that'd be awesome if you could come see us. We'll definitely do some content together if you come out here. That'd be sick. You got to come see my new place, man. I got a great place. You'll love it, dude. You will absolutely love it. We'll go see some movies and hang out and do some awesome stuff. No doubt, my friend. Trust me. We're going to do some amazing stuff. Come to Minnesota, JJ. Yeah, me and Jake will take care of you, man. We'll do fun things. Mm-hmm. Just let us know when you're going to come. And if you need a place to stay, JJ, you can crash at my place. So, because I don't have, unless I end up getting a girlfriend in a year, I think you'll be pretty fine staying here. Speaking of Fortnite, did you guys try and ask questions to AI Vader for Star Wars season? I didn't get the chance to, Brandon, because of working and stuff. I just didn't have the time to dive into Fortnite that much. But this has been a really cool stream.
No, it has.
That news got me excited. The fact that there's already early fan screenings.
The Mortal Kombat 2 news was good as well.
Now we're getting early screenings for Superman. Like, bro, this is good. This is good shit. It's a good day. I'm loving it. Mainly is on the list. Oh, cool, man. Mini is on the list. Yeah, man. You got to come, man. It's going to be great. Where's this? Okay, this is the seating chart thing. Oh, I thought I had another thing to say. Okay, that's something about Sholo, who plays Miguel. I'm just trying to make sure we didn't miss anything big. We looked at those pictures already. Oh, we got another update on Mortal Kombat. We got a whole article about it.
Anticipated, but it's funnier and bigger. Okay.
I'm pulling out the article because I'm going to read the article. I better go in audio mode for this because I won't be able to read it in this format. Let me go in audio real quick. I'm going to be on in the next few days, Fortnite for sure. Don't know when, but I'll be by the weekend. Just let us know, man. Shoot me a community message, whatever you got to do. We'll figure it out. Yeah, man, I still won't play Marvel Rivals. I'm actually going to play tonight. I love Rivals. Let me read this article real quick. All right. So Todd Gaynor says, oh, I have the movie web article up. Where's the actual article? Come on. Here's the actual article. Share this tab instead. Okay. So here we go. Mortal Kombat 2 writer says, the highly anticipated sequel is funnier and bigger. Jeremy Slater, screenwriter known for his work in 2015's Fantastic Four or Fanforstic, The Umbrella Academy, Moon Knight is anxiously awaiting the release of one of the most anticipated projects, just like the fans across the globe. Slater is eager for Mortal Kombat 2 sequel to the reboot that was very successful when streaming on HBO Max. Set for October 2025 release date. Mortal Kombat 2 will follow the original story and tease the funnier, bigger sequel. The best thing about it is there will be an actual tournament. Slater spoke to Comic Book during a career perspective. The writer addressed his previous work in Fantastic Four, Moon Knight, as well as his earlier developments in Coyote versus Agony. Oh yeah, that's right. They're still working on that. Upcoming thing that says, I think we nailed it. Slater says we're explaining the tone he considered for this sequel. The writer appeared to his past as a fan of martial arts video game franchise and compared his pre-anticipation to putting a quarter in an arcade machine and starting a new game. It's a tremendous honor and incredibly cool. It was one of those days where you are just pinching yourself. Wow. It just had a full conversation with Liu Kang in his warrior robes. Then you watch him walk out and beat the ever-loving shit out of everyone with the craziest moves you've ever seen. The screenwriter also addressed that the movie has taken longer than usual, but to be released, the SAG strike affected production, but ultimately wrapped in early 2024. Yet we still have no trailer. I'm so excited for people to see the movie. It's been done for a while. We've been waiting for the right release date and waiting for the right window. I have been to those test screenings, and which are full of Mortal Kombat fans, and watching them react to it the way I reacted to Avengers Endgame. They were cheering, jumping out of the seat. Every joke is landing, and they are loving it. It's one of the greatest moments of my life. That's why you get into this business. They had the best stunt team in the business working on this thing. The actors are phenomenal. It's so much funnier and bigger than the first movie. Mortal Kombat 2 will be a different movie from its predecessor. Simon McHugh has returned to the director's chair for the sequel, but Slater is new to the franchise in a lot of ways. Mortal Kombat lends itself to having new protagonists, new stories in a way of other franchises don't. The writers say, as he explains how he landed in a well-built universe, despite certain guideposts, they were already in place. Slater made sure to incorporate the tournament plotline that inherits to the original franchise, but he also had to find a way to put Johnny Cage in the center of the story.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And then he says the previous movie promised a tournament was coming and that Johnny Cage was going to be a part of the story. Somehow those were the two things we knew we had to work with and around. I was admitted that we had this tournament in the movie. We can't keep people waiting another movie and then be coming back for the finale. Yeah, it was finding a structure to keep the tournament as satisfying as you want it to be, because this had years of buildup. A lot of Kung Fu movies and martial arts tournament movies, a lot of it is sitting around waiting, and then there's a big fight scene, and they go back to sitting around waiting. It's killing me. It's killing time between stages, and I was covetous of that, and we need to be telling a story on the Megatudes where there is just as much exciting stuff happening outside the tournament as inside the tournament. So you are never bored, and both of these stories are moving the movie forward. It's a cast of 20 people. It's very easy for these things to become 3 to 4 hours sparling epics. So you always have to be judicious in cutting things down, and what's the emotional story we are telling, and what is the story the audience care about, and then making sure what you get to those moments that matter, the fights, the fatalities, the surprises, the deaths, that they land and they are satisfying to everyone who wants them. All right.
Okay, that's solid.
A big article.
Yeah. You have a lot to say. Definitely trying to understand the grasp everything of the film.
What do you guys think about what I shared in the whole thing?
Yeah, I think he's
played tonight. Hopefully, I've never played Marvel Rivals, but I'm sure you'll. Dude, we're gonna help you out, Media Merchant. We're gonna make sure that you kill it. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. He has inbreeded memes and turns on you to mention Padme. Really? That's interesting. Okay, what did my mom say? That's very interesting. Yeah, that article got me hyped. It's crazy this guy comes from these different projects.
It sounds like he's got the grasp of this movie. I'm just trying to understand, people want to see the fight, people want to see the fatalities. We want to see the tournament. But that's the one thing in the moment we saw. We didn't see the time. We didn't see the tournaments and stuff, and that was annoying because,
I'm
without the tournaments, it's not Mortal Kombat.
I love that they say that the tournament is going to be exciting inside and out the tournament, and they're also saying that it's going to be satisfying no matter what. And it's funny that this guy's a writer on. He's got some good credits for films, but then he's credited with Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four. Yeah, unfortunately,
but then he stated that he's a pretty amazing writer and he understands the martial arts craft. And so I guess it's true that good writers can write bad projects, but then they can write really good projects.
Yeah.
My one hesitation with this movie, and I'm hoping the trailer erases this issue for me, is that I love Karl Urban to death in The Boys, and I know he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how, when you have all these other great actors that fit the build of Johnny Cage, that you pick someone that doesn't know martial arts.
Yeah.
Because they didn't release any reels of like showing a video. Like sometimes you'll see a video where you'll see actors training, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see any Karl Urban kicking pads or like training in MMA or doing anything like
or trying, yeah.
And Johnny Cage, if he's the center of the story, he needs to fight good. Like it's very important. With like I know people focus on Johnny Cage's humor, but him being a Hollywood star is great. But he needs to fight good.
Yeah. Yes.
Like my number one pick for when they announced Johnny Cage, I wanted Scott Adkins.
Yeah, I see it.
Because I thought Scott Adkins with the sunglasses.
Yeah,
and, like, it would have been a film, and we get to see Scott Adkins be so serious. We saw a little bit in John Wick of him being funny. I want to see more funny Scott Adkins.
Yeah,
I like when actors have a bit of fun and get to flex their humor muscles.
Yeah, we'll just have to see what he does, because I mean,
I just hope the trailer, if he's the main character, I hope the trailer puts a lot of focus on him. So hopefully the trailer does a really good job. Like you can show the other characters.
Like it shows the humor, the backstory.
Show me that Johnny Cage is gonna bring it. Like I want him cracking jokes. I want him throwing spin kicks. I want him like show me the thing. Like the fact that they're saying that people are jumping out of their chairs and cheering about this movie.
It must be something, and something's got to be in it that it has to be really good, or just it's good all the way throughout. So
I just don't understand how they said that. Like they're waiting a long time to release the trailer when literally they're saying this movie's been done for a while. Where the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. And the film comes out in October, so they might as well drop the trailer either this month or next month and be done with it.
They got to drop it soon.
They have to. I don't think they. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a prediction because they're owned by the same company. I know what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
I bet you we get this trailer with Superman next month.
Oh.
Because big film.
Big film, yeah.
It kind of makes sense. They're both owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I get it. I understand it now.
And I mean, if it's true that it releases with Superman, I'm not going to watch the trailer beforehand online like I normally would, because I want to be in that theater freaking out. And then what I might do is I'll come home and do if I can't do a reaction to it, I'll like do my thoughts on the trailer. Like I'll do a video saying, "Oh my god, I watched Superman do a Mortal Kombat trailer. I can't wait. Oh my god!" Like just going crazy. Like, dude, I don't know, man. That's gonna be hard for me because like I'm gonna see that trailer in front of Superman. I'm like, "Oh fuck Superman, man! I want Mortal Kombat." Like,
yeah, for real.
Like, could you imagine?
Could you imagine? That's gonna be a crazy.
Like, how is Superman? You're like, I don't give a fuck about Superman. I want Mortal Kombat. You see how dope that trailer is? Like it's like, oh my god! But no, I'm excited for Superman. It's gonna be great. I'm probably gonna go this early.
I think we got good films to look forward to this summer. So,
and like we don't have too much coming in the fall right now. So the fact we got Mortal Kombat to look forward to in the fall,
that's gonna be good. All the eyes are gonna be on it. So.
And that means we don't have to worry about any of the other big films to try and collide with it. So it actually has a good shot in the box office.
Yeah, of course, 100. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's awesome that we're getting good word of mouth for it, but it'd be hard for it to go up against juggernauts like Superman or Jurassic World.
Yeah, of course, 100. Yeah, it's not might not do well. So, it's by itself, it could be all right.
I'm glad that we get to enjoy it where we don't have to worry about other films being an issue, which is great. Dude, I just can't wait for that soundtrack. I bet that soundtrack's gonna slap.
Word.
So if it's tournament, the soundtrack's gonna be even crazier. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait. Like, this has been a good day. Like I'm reading so many good articles today.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good news. Definitely been a lot of good news. Yeah, man.
We read 2 really good articles today. I'm really proud of the articles we've read. Was there anything else I saw? I thought I read another one. Let me see. X has been very reliable for me lately.
Yeah, no, for some of a lot of the information, yeah, I've seen, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, we heard that he's been filming for Lanterns. That's not new. Okay, that's just a stupid take. We're not going to talk about that. Someone said a stupid casting for Batman, and I'm just like, you're stupid. Someone said Liam Hemsworth, who's the new Witcher for Batman, and I'm like, no, forget that. I mean, I'm sure he could get the build, but it left a bad taste in my mouth that he decided to take the job that Cavill lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an animation of Quan that Chosen Scott.
All right, I don't think there's anything else. No,
I think we're pretty good to wrap pretty soon.
I think we covered, yeah, for real.
Well, thanks guys for the. Oh, hold up, we might have some questions in the chat too. Because Brandon,
if you have any couple of questions before we go.
Brandon likes to bring up a lot of good questions.
What do you say?
I'm laughing so hard. Oh my god, we might have to see if we can pull up a YouTube video in here. Josh posted something funny because Josh has been one of the biggest hater on the Superman movie, right?
Yeah.
The Den of Nerds posted from his Den of Nerds clip thing 1 hour ago. Superman movie tricked me. Brilliant marketing ? Like, yeah, you think? Let's see what Brandon says. Do you think Tron Ares will have a chance at the box office or flop because Jared Leto
got cancelled recently? I mean, I personally think with Tron Ares, like it has the visuals. I personally thought the trailer was good in it. The trailer was really good. I'm not
people
gonna lie.
like the Tron franchise, so if it's a good film, then people will or people word of mouth is saying it's good.
Yeah, as long as it has a good end to what the Tron is and everything else, then it should be fine. But even with Jared Leto, I know people don't necessarily like him now, especially after Morbius and whatever. But at the same time, like I still think like it's a different movie. It's a movie that's beloved. It seems like they put a lot of care into that movie because. I can't even lie. That CGI and stuff that I saw in Tron Ares is the best that I've seen in the last 5 years from Disney and Marvel. So
they're actually putting out good. You think they're putting out good CGI, huh?
Yeah, finally. You know what I mean?
Good.
Like, we're not wasting time.
One of our new subscribers asked us, has just asked us, whoa, wait. We just got confirmation that we're getting the trailer in July.
For what?
For Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Yeah.
I just found something pretty big.
All right. Cool.
So let me answer this question. Let me answer this question first. So one of our new subscribers says, "Do you think Morbius will get a sequel in the future?"
No.
That is a good question. I couldn't tell you because the Sonyverse is dead. So the fact that it's dead, I don't think we're getting a sequel.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Sonyverse, like I don't know what they.
This much. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something I tell everyone because I didn't think that this would happen with Daredevil, because that was a good show. But I'm going to tell you something crazy. Okay. Now, a lot of fans, especially with like Battlefront 3 and stuff and all this other stuff going on, if you guys want to make a petition, if you want Morbius that bad, there is a decent chance that if you get enough signatures on that petition, in a world where Jamie Foxx can return as Electro, as John Campea would say, I would say it's possible that you could get a Morbius 2 if you got enough people interested in it. So if you make a petition for it and you want it that bad, hey Melissa.
Yes, I think with Morbius, like I don't see a sequel happening. Just because of the fact that what the Sony did with a lot of the villains in the Sonyverse, like, Morbius to me wasn't the worst villain movie they did, but it wasn't the best either. Like, I felt like it was rushed, and I felt like I liked some moments of it, but I felt like a lot of it was just rushed, and it like the villain was cool, but then also it was just like, okay, he got his powers kind of quick, then this and that, whatever, cool, whatever. You know, it's a bit weird because
Melissa, you can join us. Yeah. We had a lot. You missed a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna put the link for you right here, Melissa. Because you missed the big thing here, but I want to pull up this thing about the trailer too, because I think you're gonna be excited when I tell you this. All right, so plot aside, I want to give Tron Ares a chance because wait, Cameron Monaghan is in it and Evan Peters. Why are they not shown in the trailer?
Yeah, why are they not shown?
We're gonna have fucking Cal Kestis and fucking Quicksilver.
So they went with Jared Leto.
I'm all in. Are you kidding me?
So they went with Jared Leto, knowing that they had those two actors in that trailer, but they still.
Why do you highlight Jared Leto? I don't give a fuck.
These guys are something else, man.
So what did I miss?
So what you missed was a lot. So we talked about some DC stuff. We talked about we're officially getting a Wonder Woman movie in the DCU.
That's awesome.
It's happening. But also, since I know you're a resident Cobra Kai stuff, I saw some fan art for a spinoff, but also what we could have gotten in season 6 that might make you very happy because it's something I told you I wanted, and someone else thought the same thing. So I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it because I now have my official most anticipated Yeah,
we talked about it.
What'd you say?
Yeah, we talked about it. Can you pull up all the shorts so we can get what we could have gotten?
Yeah, well, this is hype for a spinoff, but also what we could have gotten in terms of like we talked on the phone. But remember how it's funny how we had our conversation on the phone about what I wanted because I found someone else who's a pretty fun artist created fan art of my dream spinoff. Are you ready, Melissa?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I give you the Iron Dragon spinoff. Are you ready for this? And you could have made this into a movie because of the quality of this. Oh, wait 1 second. Pull it up real quick here. Yeah.
You know, this is way more exciting than whatever other spinoffs are happening, honestly.
Is it this one? Yep.
Honestly, I would take this over the Robin Torrey spinoff. Even though I'm excited for that.
Now, let's see if it pulls up in a minute. Oh, yeah, there we go. You see that, Melissa?
Oh, that would be
that's Rise of the Dragons, and it's got Scott Adkins, and I came up with the theory, and I've now changed my script for my movie because I came up with an even better idea to Melissa now. Right. My theory is that so a lot of people thought that you would have, so I think Scott Adkins would have appeared in season 6. But then also, when we did the Iron Dragon story, we went backwards. I think that even though in this posted they could be equals, I think how you write this, because Scott Adkins is more experienced than Louis Tan, I would write this that the thing that made Wolf so cruel is that this was Wolf's sensei. And so that he was Wolf's sensei, and then they teamed up to be that ultimate Kreese and Silver dynamic we always wanted that we never got. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be.
And so that would have made it cool. So on the spinoff, you would have saw how that was treated, but also Chosen brought a great point that because of the legacy of Scott Adkins, you would have him fight. One of the things we didn't get in season 6 at all was even though we had Daniel and Silver didn't really fight, so Daniel didn't have an actual rival.
Right.
So Chosen brought up the idea that we could have had, even though I don't think that Daniel would have ever beaten his rival because of how dangerous Scott Adkins is. But I do think that you would have still had a good rivalry between Ralph Macchio and Scott Adkins.
I think those will be good rivals because
the elder.
I can picture a scene with those two, honestly. I can picture.
I think it would have been great.
And Joe, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yep.
This is the only spinoff we should get. Okay, I want
this spinoff more than I've said.
I think this spinoff kind of trumps everything.
Everyone else, listen. I'm gonna say one more time for people to understand. Everyone else got their endings. Okay, I said as many times. People, Robbie got his ending. Tori got his ending.
My announcement for Cobra Empire is, even though I always loved wanting to be connected to Wolf, Melissa,
right?
I've changed my idea now, which I'm gonna start reworking my script for my movie now. Where what I'm going to do is Wolf's presence will still be felt in my movie. But what I want to do is, because we found out in part 3 that Wolf has kind of Hong Kong roots, right?
Right.
I'm not someone who does the whole whitewashing thing. So for me, as much as I love Wolf as a character, it makes more sense since I have dark hair and have a beard to be connected to Scott Adkins, whatever potential sensei he would have been. And the beautiful thing about this is this spinoff isn't written yet. So if I write a story about whatever Scott Adkins character I decide, whatever his son is, my original idea could inspire the Iron Dragon spinoff.
Maybe, yeah.
So that's kind of great if you think about it.
I mean, in all honesty, we've all talked about like with these spinoffs happening, Wolf is probably going to be like in the shadows waiting to strike.
But how would you feel about this? We've been hyping up videos about Wolf being the true big bad, right? And what if Wolf is the big bad, but what if he's a centerpiece, right?
Yeah.
And what if the real big bad has been hiding in the shadows all this time?
You know, the one thing I do wish, Joe, and I feel like the writers kind of make a big mistake on this.
Yeah.
I do wish they introduced Sensei Wolf in season 5 instead of season 6.
I feel you. I ain't chosen.
Bro, imagine Wolf fighting Johnny at the end of season 5.
Because that's the thing, you know what they should have done? Because Silver was the villain in season 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They should have had Sensei Wolf come in season 5.
And you know what they should have done that would have made it even better, even though we got the iconic looking at the baby photo and beating the senseis? To raise the stakes and make season 6 even more anticipated, you know what I would have happen at the end of season 5? I would have ended season 5 with Johnny in the hospital instead of ending on a happy note. So I would have had Johnny lose the Wolf in season 5. And then,
going into season 6. Yeah, okay.
Because then you end it where you're kind of like, you're anticipating season 6 because you're like, holy crap, what's going to happen now? Like, Johnny's hurt. He's got a baby on the way. What's this going to change? Like, that could be crazy.
Right. Yep.
And it would show real stakes.
Yeah.
I think as well with Wolf coming into season 5, it gives us more of a anticipated it gives us more. It's not just about going back at Cobra Kai now. Now let's go in at Iron Dragons. It gives them more of a rivalry. It gives them much more of a deeper rivalry.
Not only that.
I mean, we're definitely gonna get an Iron Dragon spin-off. It's just when, and there's gonna be a whole lot of spin-offs too. We're gonna get a Robbie and Tori and Sam and Miguel in Okinawa, and we're gonna get a Chosen and Kim, and we're gonna even get a Binary Bros spin-off.
You know, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I do agree with Karate on one thing, because he did tell me this a couple of weeks ago. I feel like they're dragging out the Miyagi-verse a little bit.
You think they're dragging it out?
Because I don't know why people don't realize, and like, if you've seen Cobra Kai, I even changed my mind, because I actually rewatched part 3 again. Yeah. I changed my mind on part 3. I feel like they should end it with Cobra Kai, and then give us this Iron Dragon spin-off, because I just want to see more of Sensei Wolf's character, because we saw him in season 6, but we just got his introduction to the show. Everyone else, we've seen these characters since season 1. Like, we've seen these characters.
I do agree that they shouldn't drag it out. I agree. We should wait a few years, let it simmer, let Cobra Kai simmer, I saw Cameron. I mean, it all depends really on the writing and who's writing it and who's writing these characters.
So Brandon,
that's the thing. Miguel became a world champion, right?
Yeah. So Brandon said, go ahead, Chosen.
I feel like that's the one character that shouldn't get a spinoff, because I love Miguel, but he already got his ending.
Yeah, his story's already done. I think a lot of people in Cobra Kai stories are already done.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
They're already done. Like, I feel like I want to see more of the new characters.
Yeah,
Brandon said, I saw Cameron Monaghan mentioned as part of the Tron Ares cast, but it's not confirmed who he's playing yet. Okay. So he's in the cast, we don't know. I'd assume no, it doesn't matter what color he's going to be. Yeah. I'd assume with his background.
Because there was red. We saw red in the trailer, but we don't know about.
But you know what I would guess? I just thought about it. I just thought about it, actually, because remember his background. Not only was he known for Cal Kestis, but you know what else he's known for?
Yeah,
he was in Shameless. He was also technically the Joker in Gotham.
In Gotham, yeah.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw a wild theory out there. I'm gonna say Cameron Monaghan is the villain of the film because it would make sense.
Yeah.
because I think Jared Leto is clearly the hero they're trying to showcase. But I think he's the villain. Underground says, I feel like Sam's storyline isn't over yet, just in my opinion.
I don't get the purpose of. Okay.
The thing I was going to talk to you about, Chris, is I found that so apparently the Todd Gaynor, who's one of the writers and one of the creators of Mortal Kombat, posted on Twitter today, or X, whatever you want to call it. He just posted and said July ... and it's an image of him standing near a laptop watching a cut of the trailer.
Okay.
Confirming that we're going to get the trailer in July, which makes my theory more possible.
Yeah, they could show it with the Superman before the Superman film.
They could.
I'm not going to lie, though. If I find out that trailer's out before Superman, as much as I want to watch that trailer on the big screen, if that trailer's out on the internet and I see it, I'm not going to be able to restrain myself. Like, oh, it's out. Oh, shit. I gotta go watch it.
But no, it's okay. Yeah.
We also talked about earlier, Melissa. Another thing you missed is we got confirmed that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you will be able to get access to a Superman screening 3 days earlier.
Oh yeah, I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have Amazon Prime? Okay. Yeah.
But Beyond the Kai, I mean, I don't feel it's over yet either. I don't know when we'll get I don't know when we may get a Miguel and Sam in Okinawa spinoff. I don't know when we'll get it, but I mean, it's definitely probably possibly on the table. But I do agree. I do agree. I want the. I do agree. I also want to see the more of the Iron Dragons, more of the new characters too.
I'm not watching that.
As long as we get that. As long as we get all these new characters, then whatever they decide to do, they're gonna do it anyway. So they've proven.
It's kind of sad because we're talking about new characters,
right?
And the character on my profile picture, you writers could have used them more in future in the spin-offs, and whatever. But instead,
They didn't, and it's like,
I'm sorry, the writers are kind of stupid. I'm gonna call them stupid because what the heck? Honestly, no, the writers, whoever wrote that episode, you deserve to get fired for that because what the heck, No. I hope that person gets fired, and I hope the person who made Robbie Unfocused gets fired too. Jeez, bro, these writers don't know how to write stuff. It's crazy.
Oh, hey, Joe. I wanted to let you know that Terrell and I were going to do the podcast at 7:45 Terrell's time, which would be 9:45 my time and 8:45 your time.
Wait, what is your stream about?
Oh, for what? What for the stream? I was reading something.
Yeah, I was
the time that Terrell and I are going to do the podcast for our fan fiction. It's going to be 7:45 Tyrell's time, which would be 9:45 my time, which would be 8:45 your time.
And what day is that?
Today.
Oh, okay. Today I probably won't be able to make it. I'm gonna be busy. I have a lot of. We've discussed in this stream, Melissa, that lately my video schedule has kind of gotten lackluster because I put out those music videos and I made my review, but it's kind of been. I want to get, since tonight's the last night before I go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to get back to when I started my channel. When I split from Ella, I wanted to get back to what I did when I started my channel, when I was first getting into really doing YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Which was, I used to put out, and Chosen might not remember this, but I used to put out 6 videos per day.
I remember that. I actually remember that.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, I want to get back to that level of consistency because right now, not having a relationship, this is all I have, and I want to put my energy into that again. I want to get.
Thank you, Underground. I respect that, Underground. I really.
I feel like that's something that. I feel.
Quan was definitely a badass character. Yeah. There's no doubt.
They wasted Quan.
And we had so many topics, so many great topics in this stream. But one of the things that's going to take me long because not only do we have a lot of new stuff to do new videos on, but I have a lot of long stuff to work on. Like, you know, now that a new John Wick movie has come out, I got it. I've started working on my it's not done yet, but I wrote my list for my ranking. So I got to rank all the films alongside Ballerina now, and I even put the Continental Show in there. I got to start putting that stuff out for my ranking of that. So it's technically a 6 project ranking. But then
that's definitely cool. I mean,
I also have stuff like things you missed in the stream. I'm going to do a video about the Iron Dragon spinoff now that I got that fan art. Because I want to see that happen.
And you also said that you were going to do a Sam video, right? Or
I might do that video, or I might move it to a different day because it's not on my current trajectory for what I wanted to be today. But we'll see. My current trajectory, because this stream filled with so many amazing topics that I got to put into videos.
Yo, someone needs to make a video about Kwan's wasted potential.
I thought there was a lot of people that did.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. They could have, like, I said it many times. Someone actually brought this up to me. They could have made Kwan like Robbie's new Chosen.
Why didn't you make like on your channel, because you were trying to pop back up there? Why didn't you make the rise and fall of Kwan video?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually make a video with that. If I was the writer for Cobra Kai Season 6, I would never kill off Kwan because I would actually like set him up for the future of spinoffs. Like
everyone would have.
You know what would have been cool actually? And you know the writers made a big mistake. You know what they could have done with Kwan? Not only he could have been in Robbie and Tori spinoff, he could have been the Okinawa spinoff with Miguel and Sam.
That's also true.
Yeah, Kwan could have gone after Sam Miguel again. He could have gone after them again too.
Trying to get his revenge or whatever. Yeah, I see that.
I mean, hey, I would love to see a Miguel and Kwan rematch, an actual rematch between those two.
Yeah, but the truth is though, Kwan always had a rivalry with Robbie. He never really saw Miguel as a threat.
Yeah, but you could change that though. You can easily change it. Like I had an idea because this is taking place in Okinawa, right? And we know how Okinawa is in Karate Kid 2. You could have easily, and I feel like the writers made a big mistake. You could have had Miguel and Kwan fight to death like Karate Kid 2 in Okinawa. It could have been a full circle moment.
I think if anyone's going to have would have a fight to the death, it would be Robbie and Kwan.
I actually like Miguel and Kwan better. Don't matter, I love Robbie. He's my favorite character. But I see Robbie and Kwan fighting more in the tournament than a street fight. And people know Robbie's more of a
tournament. Did you guys see this new thing about the Ironheart trailer where they mentioned that one of the things that they've actually made sense of how Ironheart's going to tie into the stuff with Mephisto and even the Hood, Chris?
Yeah.
Because apparently the big project that Ironheart's working on that her mom alludes to in the trailer is that she's mixing magic and tech. So she's doing the thing that he refused to do.
Okay.
By messing with magic, I bet that's what probably makes her summon Mephisto or send the Hood after her. I'm actually interested now. I know people have been kind of iffy on Ironheart because the way they're planning on dropping it seems like they don't care about the show. But just in terms of the general trailers and stuff, I think the show looks good.
Yeah, but you also have to be careful with that, Joe, because sometimes trailers can be misleading.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I think that the project, even Chosen said it earlier, I think the project looks promising for what we know of it.
Okay.
Right. Like, I actually agree with Chosen. Robbie versus Kwan.
Yeah, like that's the thing. People don't realize, and I said this many times, Robbie is more of a tournament fighter than a street fighter. I said it, and if you look at that fight back in episode 3 when Kwan
Robbie's only had like one.
Kwan had one street fight. I wish, and I said this many times, because Kwan only had one street fight. Yeah, one street fight. Like he only fought Yoon and the other Cobra Kais, and that's it. That's the only street fight we actually get. I feel like it would have been better if Miguel and Kwan fought outside the tournament. Because I see Miguel and Kwan more.
We didn't need it to be in a tournament, but we would have liked to see it actually happen for
I wanted to see a Miguel and Kwan fight. Like, don't get me wrong, it was cool to see Robbie versus Kwan, but I wanted to see a proper Miguel and Kwan fight. Like, you could have writers. And by the way, Miguel is the Karate Kid, right? He's more like Daniel. Kwan is Chosen. I said this many times. Like, you could have done something with that. And you know how crazy would it be? Because I picture a scene where Sam is doing some sort of skills thing, like she's doing a skills thing, and Quan interrupts it, and Miguel has to save Sam from Quan, and Miguel and Quan fight to death. I could see that scene. I could picture it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically Karate Kid 2 again, and I could picture it.
Yeah, I feel it.
That would be good if they did
That would
something.
be actually cool. I actually like that, actually. Honestly, that would have made me want to watch the Sam Okinawa spinoff more if Quan was in it.
I mean, maybe they could do. What if they did something like? I know that you like Quan so much, but what if they did something, since they can't really do the past and change what they've done? But one of the things we wanted to see from Part 3 was, before they ruined Master Kim, was going to have Master Kim do something interesting with Yoon, right? What if they did something with Yoon?
Would
have been like what Quan's storyline would have been.
That would have been cool, because I feel like I feel like what their original plan was to actually use Yoon as the villain in Part 2, but I feel like the reason why they changed it because they want to focus more on the Iron Dragons, right? I don't think that scene where Kreese says, "Oh, I sent Yoon away" is just a thing. I actually think that was a setup.
If they had good writers, they could have done both. And I wish they would have realized that.
Yeah.
Like,
they could have done a lot.
You could have done both.
Just
like, people forget this whole show was all about balance. Do they not forget them? Do they forget their own philosophy?
Apparently so.
Because
this is why the Big Three needed to be more involved. This is why the Big Three needed to be more involved in the writing.
Oh, I definitely agree with that.
I could just picture the scene, Joe. Like, Sam, what would Sam do though? Like, should we she would use what's the one weapon that she used in the skills competition? The sais?
Yeah.
Imagine she's using those sais and she's doing like a skills thing at Okinawa, and Quan interrupts it, bro. Like, Quan just interrupts it.
It would have been cool if they did something like that.
You know that thing that Chosen, when the thing in the top where Chosen's coming down in Karate Kid 2, they could have done something similar to that, where Quan's coming down, he's like, he has like Sam, like he's holding Sam, and he's trying to hurt her, but Miguel's like, "Hey, Quan, like stop it, dude, like come on, bro."
Well, my biggest thing, because it seemed like he walked away from everything that was happening when they sent him home, in Part 3. My biggest thing is that, and I even had an idea about this to fit into like a Cobra Kai movie if they ever chose to make an actual movie, not a Karate Kid movie, but a Cobra Kai movie, right? Yeah. And I had this idea where the movie would start with a big fight back in Korea, and Chosen and Kim would lose Yoon to Wolf, because I would have had Chosen fight Wolf, and he would lose badly. And then actually, now that we have this idea of a spinoff, I now would change it, because it's movie quality. I would have had Chosen, since they build Chosen as this big fighter, I would have had Wolf and Scott Adkins' character tag team him. Because
I'm just a little upset.
Because the one different thing, the thing about the Scott Adkins thing that's really good is, the problem with Master Kim is he was too old, right?
Yeah.
With Scott Adkins, you can have a very real middle age, very much older than Wolf, but kind of at that Johnny and Daniel age, where he's still dangerous and mobile.
Yeah.
Right? So he would be like, probably, I would imagine Wolf's sensei would probably only be like, you can make it where if Wolf's in his 30s, maybe you have Scott Adkins sensei as like maybe late 60s, early 70s, but not that old.
Yeah.
And then you could have had it where he was still threatening and still a problem.
Yeah, and you also said, though, too, you also talked about Connor getting recruited.
But I've been thinking more on that because of what Karate Kid Legends. I care more about, because then we get close to that fiction of like what would happen if Quan was Wolf's student. I feel more when you think of the best champions, the best students. I don't think Wolf wants a student that already has potential, because I think he wants to turn someone into what he tried to.
Yeah, because look what he had to Axel. Yeah, exactly. Prime example.
I think he kind of wants someone fresh, because you know what I love about the idea of him training Yoon? Yoon was so nice to Tori. Imagine what happens when you change Yoon. Like, imagine if Yoon gets that like creased brainwashed level, but
bro,
Yeah.
like,
Joe,
like,
you
I'm
know what would
telling
be cool?
you, like,
That would
it
be
would
cool
be
because you
crazy.
would see.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You know
That
what we
would be
see,
cool.
Joe? Hold on, Joe. I want to bring that up because you could have had Yoon and Robbie have a rematch because Yoon and Robbie, bro.
Now
also-
imagine if we do get a Sam spinoff and Sam gets her own chosen in Okinawa, that also gets recruited by Wolf.
Bro,
Yeah.
I just love the comment Robbie made in the comments.
It depends because we don't know if Wolf's new dojo if he's gonna want.
Yo, can I bring up what
Wait,
Robbie
hold
said
on,
in the chat?
Wait, hold on. Wait, Joe, what were you saying?
We don't know if he's gonna want. We don't know if he's gonna want a new female student because I think he's very happy with Zara, but he might want more other students as well. It's possible.
You know, I want to bring
I
up.
think he wants a new male student because I think he just thinks Axel is the biggest piece of shit that's walked the earth.
Here's the thing, don't make me wrong, Joe. I love Yoon, but I just feel like I still don't like the fact that they killed Quan because you and Robbie made a good point. You could have had a Quan trying to threaten Sam with the the knife that he had with.
Yeah, they could have done something like that.
You know the same knife he had when he was trying to kill Axel? You could have had Quan use that same exact knife, and he's trying to threaten Sam with it, and then he's telling Miguel, hey, Diaz, or number 2, challenge, I want to fight to death. Number 2.
Right.
He could have
But
definitely done
it is
that.
though they didn't set that up though with that. Like they set up his rivalry with Robbie. So
To be fair, though, that's kind of wrong, though, because to be fair, people don't realize that Quan was actually rivals with the whole Miyagi-Do dojo. It wasn't just Robbie. It was with Hawk, Dimitri.
yeah, but he clearly saw Robbie as his main enemy.
But I
because,
also want to
like,
see Miguel and Quan. Like, I love Robbie. People who think I hate Robbie. I don't hate Robbie. He's like my favorite character in the show. I just don't like the fact that Miguel and Quan never had a proper fight in the show.
I know, but it's like you can't go back and change it though.
Yeah, and that's the writer's fault. I'm blaming the writers on it. The writers, you suck. You should have gave us Miguel. I would rather have Miguel fight Quan over Axel because Miguel and Axel's rivalry is by far the worst rivalry we had in freaking the Karate Kid universe. I'm gonna just say it. Yes, I think Connor and Lee Fong's rivalry is better too, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Because those two actually hated each other. Unlike Miguel and Axel, that was one-sided.
No, I agree. I mean, I feel like that's something that definitely. Oh, okay, interesting.
Like you could have had Miguel and Quan fight outside the tournament because people don't realize that those two are street fighters. They're both street fighters. Like you can tell them. Even I was like, yeah, because Miguel is more of a street fighter than a point tournament fighter.
Well, we saw that in the apartment fight.
Yeah, we saw in the apartment fight. That's a good example actually because we saw in the apartment fight. You even saw Quan fight the trios in Korea too. So I was like, yeah.
Well, that's one of my gripes I've always had with Robbie, even though he was in Cobra Kai for a little bit in season 4. Miguel, what he learned in Cobra Kai prepared him for real life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you're trying to say
tickets are available today.
That's the thing, Joe. I agree because I just wish that Miguel and Quan fought outside the tournament.
Yeah.
Because they're both they're both street fighters. And people might say, oh, but CBO, Miguel and no diff Quan. Okay. Have you seen the Quan versus Trio fight?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I do agree. I personally will say this, though. I love Miguel to death, and I think he's a great character. But because we're already going to have Miguel get his tournament victory that ends his story for now, I would have preferred to give a fight with Quan to someone who didn't get anything in season 6. So to me, if you're going to do a street fight, you give the fight against Quan to Hawk because
that's another issue.
They did nothing. They
did nothing with Hawk.
Yeah.
So
Hawk was kind of like it was a letdown for Hawk a little bit in this season, that last season. I was
like when Quan got in Hawk's face, season 3 Hawk should have kicked in. Like when he got in his face in episode 6, if I was where'd Chosen go? He got kicked out.
Yeah.
I would have had Hawk just jump down Quan at that point. It's like, what are you doing?
I agree. They underutilize Hawk. They do.
He just became like a nerdy. He just became a nerd again, basically. like in season 6. Like he was still fighting and stuff, but he just became like a nerd again, like a part of like what it was before. And I'm just like, you know,
yeah,
it's still cool.
Oh, he's got to go.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries, man. Go eat.
Yeah, I agree. They underutilized Hawk. I mean, like I said, you know, these spinoffs are coming. A lot of them are coming.
Yeah,
we're not gonna like all of them.
That would be, even though a lot of people have been kind of iffy on the Binary Brothers, I'll say the only good thing the Binary Brothers can do. I wanted that too, Underground. I was a big fan of that matchup.
Yeah.
The only thing I think that we can get from because I just still, even though they redeemed his character a little bit in part 3, I still don't like Dimitri. I'll say the only thing that, yes, they did. The only thing I think that the Binary Brothers show could do is they do something where Hawk is away from Dimitri in the spinoff for a little bit, and they bring him back to his roots. Like I would love it if they made him, like my biggest dream goal for him was to see Hawk in like the UFC or something. Like that would be what I would love to see them do. Just something that brings him to another level that like reminds people, because like, oh yeah, let Miguel won the biggest karate tournament in the world. But here's the thing, right? With all the experience that Hawk has had, Hawk could be a legitimate real fighter. Like he could be the good guy version of what Wolf is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, listen, Miguel's my number 1 favorite character, but I wouldn't mind him like I wouldn't mind waiting a few spinoffs before we got something with him.
I've said this before, but of the teens, Hawk fighting in the UFC with his red, yeah, man, it would be great. Because the whole idea is when from season 1 through, I would say 3 and 4, I always love Miguel. I'll always love Robbie. My favorite teen character from season 1 through 4 was Hawk, because I could relate to Hawk being bullied, the bullying that was happening to him with him having disability, me having disability. I connected to that, you know? Yeah. And then when he season 3 became badass Hawk, and then he found his balance, I thought we were going to get like this really good balance of like, okay, I don't need the Mohawk because I'm Eli and I'm in tune with myself, but now I'm a badass fighter. I won the All Valley. I'm a badass fighter. That's great. And then we're just going to continue to go down that road of just Hawk. Because I think you could have still made Hawk strong and still gave Miguel and Robbie their moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think to show that depowering Hawk to rise other characters up didn't make sense to me, because I feel like you could have still told their stories and let Hawk do other things and still make him strong in other ways. He won his trophy in season 4. Cool. He didn't need to win anything in terms of the tournament. Like, honestly, what you could have done is maybe Hawk didn't even need to be at the Sekai Taikai. Maybe you could have had Hawk do something else in his storyline that was just as important.
They could have done that. But honestly, though, I can't see them going to the Sekai Taikai without Hawk.
That's true.
That's also true.
Yeah. What they could have done. Like, I guess what they really would have done is they did the Sekai Taikai, they needed to bring Hawk in a way where he was going to do some serious.
Hawk should have been going no matter what.
Yeah.
Hawk should have been, never mind doing it in a way, he should have been going no matter what.
Yeah, without question. He's one of the best fighters on that whole team anyway. So
right.
Yeah. But
but I like I said, like we're gonna get a lot of spinoffs down the line, whether some will like, some we won't like. It's just a matter of time before waiting.
As long as they take their time with putting the spinoffs out, I don't have a problem, because
I can't wait for it. I hope we get an Iron Dragon spinoff. I really, really do. And to be honest, I'll be okay with a Sam spinoff and a Robbie and Tori spinoff and a Chosen and Okinawa spinoff, as long as it is at the right time, at the right place, and it's written well.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, did you guys know that Sydney Sweeney's going to star in a new biopic about Christy Martin, who's a boxer?
Oh, I think I heard about that, actually.
Apparently, she put on 30 pounds, lifted twice a day, and did kickboxing for 2 hours a day as well. I mean,
if she looks good for that role, she could still play Black.
Dude, that'd be crazy. I would love
that would be insane. That would be insane. But Joe, did you hear what I said before? I was like I am all the way down for an Iron Dragon spinoff. Like, I seriously can't wait for it.
Yeah.
I hope
it's my most anticipated spinoff. I do care about some things in the future.
Yeah, but I think that one for me trumps it.
I will say this too. I will say this too. As like, yes, I am looking forward to absolutely the Iron Dragons. I hope that's like maybe that's general, and maybe if I'm lucky, that'll be the first spinoff that we get.
One of the things I think that makes me excited about the Iron Dragons point. I don't agree with all Chosen's point, but I will say one point I do agree with.
It's new characters. It's fresh. It's something new.
I want the other characters to kind of sit on the back burner for a little bit because I'm ready to explore characters we haven't explored that much. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like they're new characters. It's the same. I agree with Chosen on that one. I agree wholeheartedly. That's what I said. That's why I said I hope that the Iron Dragons is like is at least one of the first spinoffs that we get. And yes, and I just want to make this clear too. Is like after the Iron Dragon spinoff, but I wouldn't mind a Sam and Okinawa spinoff, a Robin Tori spinoff, Chosen in South Korea, as long as it's written well and it's done at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Like, execution is everything. How you start something, but more importantly, how you finish it.
Yeah.
That's what keeps everything together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like you said, Joe, even with these spinoffs, Wolf is going to be like the center.
Oh yeah, I still think he's the center. I still think he's going to appear in everything.
That's what I mean.
Like, to me, I still think their biggest mistake Karate Kid Legends made was not having either even though I know it was a funny end credit scene, not having Wolf, even if he didn't appear in the actual film, something that set up his plans in the post-credit scene would have been a good way to
exactly,
because you could have done a post-credit scene with Wolf without the writers having to commit and announce anything, right? So like you could have done something where Wolf was there, and we would have been like what I would have done is I would have had the exact same scene that they did for the end credit scene, right? But one major twist: they're laughing and having a good time, and then you know what I would have done?
Had Wolf appear.
Have a scene where they're in the room joking, and then the door opens, and then Wolf's there waiting for them.
Yeah.
And he just walks in, and then he says, and he says that Lawrence LaRusso, this isn't done. and then you just kind of end the credits, and then they're shocked to see him because that he knew where
exactly. I actually wouldn't be surprised though if they put Connor in Wolf's Iron Dragons.
I could see Connor in his What's Under It, but they're gonna have to work on Connor a lot. Like they're gonna have to really.
If it's under the big three, if they're involved, they're gonna. You better believe they'll do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think they definitely got to work on him a little bit more. But I think if they did it right, it would be good.
Yeah.
I just would have rather had Wolf in that movie than those fucking mafia piece of shit sensei.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see it? Did you see it, Chris? Did you see the movie?
What's that?
Karate Kid Legends.
I heard about the mafia scene, but obviously
you know about the mafia. Guys,
I'm gonna try and watch it this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for you to. It'll be interesting for you.
I'll see what it's saying. I'll see.
Hopefully, in a way, CVO, like make him like a lot darker, but more expanded and developed, and not just a cartoon villain.
I'd love to see Connor versus Robbie.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd love to see Connor versus Miguel.
That'd be cool.
Imagine Connor versus Miguel.
That'd be cool.
I'd love to see Connor versus Miguel.
Or you know what? Imagine this. Imagine Connor versus Hawk, Robbie, and Miguel.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That can work.
Now, what do you think? Like, how do you think a season 3 Hawk would have done with Connor?
I'll be honest, and people might, and if we're talking season 3 Hawk, because this is a Connor that hasn't had the writing changed yet. I'm sorry, season 3 Hawk would have actually absolutely stomped Connor.
I believe that.
It wouldn't. There wouldn't even. It's not even worth debating it because it's like.
Yeah. Now, how do you picture his fight with Connor versus Miguel going?
I think, to be fair, I think Miguel will be a lot more skilled than him, so I think Miguel probably won't even.
Well, let's say season 6 Miguel.
What is deluxe screen? Is that different from IMAX? Sorry, my mom's texting me about tickets.
Nah, it's cool. I'm gonna head off in a bit anyway.
Yeah, no worries. I think season 3 Hawk mentally with his season 6 skills destroys. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, easily.
I think I think for the Miguel one, I think Miguel, especially because we're entering a world where Miguel is Sekai Taikai champion at this point,
right?
Fighting Connor. Like if we're talking if they met in Karate Kid Legends or after Karate Kid Legends, I think that Connor would be cooked very fast.
Now,
because he had some moves, but Miguel, you have to remember, is trained by the branch of the 3, right?
Right.
We have to assume that not only Miguel trained with Johnny and Dana, we also have to remember that things that happen off screen can also be canon, right?
Yeah.
So on some cutting room floor, there's a scene where Miguel probably had a training session with Chozen. There might even be a scene where in season 6 on the cutting room floor where Mike Barnes trained Miguel.
Yeah, I would love that. I think that was a big
out there,
opportunity.
And I would say there's no way with those teachers. There's absolutely no way with Connor at this mafioso.
Now, how do you think Axel versus Connor would go?
You said what?
Axel versus Connor.
There's also a deleted scene with Quan bullying Dimitri.
Axel versus Connor.
How do
you think that would go?
Anything at Marcus, like anything special?
I think Axel's still winning that.
IMAX is always my number one choice
based off of defense
and best sound, but I wanted to make sure there was nothing special about deluxe screen that we were missing out on. Sorry, hold me 1 second. This is important. I gotta get these tickets. Deluxe. Dude, I can't wait. I gotta go get my suit fitted pretty soon. Did I tell you what I'm doing for Superman, Chris?
Well, you're doing a cosplay.
So I shaved my head, but I gotta get it shaved again because it grows so fast. But by July, even the beard's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just gonna be like, right now it's short, but it's gonna get all cut. So it's gonna be clean shaven, both, and then I'm getting a suit and tie, and I'm gonna be Lex Luthor.
Okay,
people see me at the first screening of Superman. I'll probably post videos and stuff of me talking to people. Yeah. I'm gonna be straight up Lex Luthor.
I respect it.
So let me see. My friends are gonna be so mad. I'm probably gonna see Superman before them, though. This is crazy. All right, there is 1 second. See what Mom said. But yeah, what you were saying about which character we were talking about?
Connor.
About Connor with Miguel. Oh, Axel and Connor.
Yeah.
Axel takes him out, and you know what? Even though I'm not a fan of his character that much, I actually agree.
Yeah.
Because if this fight is taking place, because it depends on which Axel we have, right? If we're dealing with the Axel that's the one that's 1 second. I didn't know what that means because hold up. I didn't know what that means, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing out on a better format if it's better to do deluxe screen or IMAX. but IMAX is probably my number one choice. I just have never heard of deluxe screen. But so basically, yeah, I think any version of Axel beats Connor.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yes, I want IMAX.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. All right, Joe, I'm gonna head off, man, for tonight.
All right, man.
Anyway.
All
This is a
right,
good
bye,
episode.
Chris.
Check out Marcus real quick.
Melissa, bye, Joe.
All right, bye.
All right.
It was great having you on.
Yeah, we'll still be
Yeah.
here, Melissa. I just know that Chris is leaving. Thanks for being here, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. See ya.
Marcus Theaters deluxe screen. I'll still be here, Melissa, but I'm just trying to read.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay, so Ultra Screen DLX concept features 3 important S screen seating sound measure size. Okay, I just read up on it. I'm kind of more for deluxe version now.
Okay.
I just read that deluxe has better sound and everything, and it's got dream loungers. So yeah, I think deluxe is the way to do it.
Mm.
Well, I was gonna look up.
Hey, I'm just curious. I know you told me. Before. We talked about it before earlier. But like, what was it you were gonna put in your Sam video?
Just how I think that she could have been, like, how she could have been handled better with the right writers.
Yeah.
I'm like talking about how her worst moments, how you look at her best moments, what we could have had for potential.
I'm hoping though that like with this fan fiction that at least the big 3 see it and actually take maybe some elements from it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
What do you think the chances are of that?
Anything is possible. Anything's definitely possible. It's hard to say what they could do.
Yeah.
Zara beats season 1 Miguel easily.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's fair because he is strong, but
yeah, well, he was just learning at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, Zara was pretty strong.
Yep.
No, yeah, I think like I just want to talk about her, like how I think I want people to know in my community that I think that she is a great character, and I think that the writers, not the writers per se, like the big 3, but like the writers they hired, dropped the ball on her character.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't value her or think of her the way that we think of her.
No, I mean, like, I'm all for like I said, Iron Dragons first. The first spin with the first spin up, which I hope we get first. But like I said, I know CVO has his opinions on it, but it's like it as long as with Wolf at the center of it, I would actually wouldn't mind a Sam in Okinawa spinoff.
Should I see if AG wants to join?
Or a Robbie and Tori spinoff, or any of that.
They're coming to that early screening. We could do Marcus in Shakopee or IMAX and CMX. It might be fun to do IMAX and CMX.
Agreed, CVO. They had multiple
because then I could return to my old
opportunities to make Sam a leader, but they didn't do anything with her.
They could
it was like it was all just thrown on Robbie's shoulder, and he was dropping the ball. And they were making him drop the ball.
Me in my Lex Luthor cosplay. Lex Luthor cosplay. Yeah, we should do a wheelchair seat. I'm gonna text AJ about it right now. Yeah.
But like, also put in your video to make sure to put in your video that they could have had Sam as a leader.
I agree.
This season.
Hey, buddy. I got big news. I'm getting early Superman tickets. Do you want to come with me to see it 3 days early?
Yeah, they acted like it was all on Robbie's shoulders. Guess what? He wasn't the only captain on that team.
Just sent him a text. I think it would be very fun to return to CMX.
It's like I told you, Joe. If they have me and you and
going on, I'm open to Marcus as well. Yeah, I hear you. If we had good writers, it'd be great.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if they had you, me, and Tyrell.
You a private text.
And Tyrell write a Sam spinoff, we'll do it perfectly. We'll do it better than they.
I agree.
We'll make sure that no characters get downgraded, while at the same time give certain characters the respect they deserve.
Agreed. I agree with that. I think it's a good take.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. So you think who are you gonna do? I also wish Marian. Yes, I said the same thing. Chosen.
So who are you gonna do Beyond the Kai?
Yeah. What was your stream gonna be about?
But I'll say this to you: if they do a Sam spinoff in Okinawa, she needs a Karate Kid 2 Chosen, not a Cobra Kai Chosen, a Karate Kid 2 Chosen.
Oh, you're gonna do a Sensei Kim Da-eun? Oh, that's gonna be cool. You hear what Underground said?
Yeah, that would be awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that would be great. But she needs a Karate Kid 2 Chosen.
I agree.
That's not a Cobra Kai, Chosen, a Karate Kid 2 Chosen.
I don't know how much longer I'll be having the stream go on for Chosen because I'm going to be getting some stuff done. Okay.
So what else did you guys talk about?
I'll explain it in a minute. Where's the handicap? Okay. Usually back row is good, but I think middle is also okay. But I would probably say back has been what we used to do at CMX. Because if this is for IMAX, I'm assuming it's the same layout when I was there. Sorry, I might go to my old theater to see CMX where I first worked for 10 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm kind of excited.
That's great. So what is it? What else were you guys talking about?
So we were talking about everything DC because there's a lot of new DC updates.
Right.
Chosen brought up the thing about Rise of the Dragons, which became a big topic. We talked about how we're excited for Mortal Kombat 2 because we got news about the movie. It's Beyond the Kai. We know you wishing to be a student of Chosen and Kim.
Hey, that's not a bad dojo.
No, Michael Rosenbaum is going to be in. Yeah, we got to talk about this. I forgot. We didn't cover this. Michael Rosenbaum is going to be in James Gunn's DC Superman. And
no, what? Really?
Yeah, and I've known about this for a while because I heard it was confirmed a while ago. I actually have 3 possible predicted roles that he'll play in this movie. Number
That's
1,
awesome.
I think they'll do a nod to Smallville, and I think he's going to play Lex Luthor's dad.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool. He'll play Lionel.
We know that Michael Rosenbaum and Nicholas Hoult are friends, and Nicholas Hoult also did a podcast with Rosenbaum, and Rosenbaum gave Hoult his blessing.
Imagine that. Imagine old Lex and new Lex.
Yeah, that'd be kind of an iconic scene.
Yeah, that. He's going to be like the Lionel Luthor. He's going to be like the Lionel Luthor.
I'm actually going to open up to other 3 options. Are you ready for mine? Because we might not see his face in this other option, but I'm going to open up one more option I'm going to open. I think I said 3 options. I'm going to open up to 4.
Okay.
Option 2. He'll either be voicing Metallo, because I've heard rumors there'll be other Superman villains we don't know about, or this is a big one. It will mostly be for an end credit scene tease setting up Superman's future. because it's such an iconic villain. What if there's a tease towards the end because they said he would be referenced in the movie? What if he's the voice of Brainiac?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Because can you think of honestly a better twist as a Superman fan than finding out your favorite Lex Luthor is getting to play Brainiac?
I know, Brainiac.
Like, that would be crazy.
And your favorite villain.
Yep.
Like, that's what I was thinking. I knew you were gonna say Brainiac. I knew you were gonna say it.
Yep. There's one more option. There's one more option on the table that's kind of crazy. So they just confirmed that the same layout. I can get the back for you and AJ. Perfect. Let's do that.
Darth Star.
So the one other option to pull up there is they did confirm recently that in the trailer the character that's with Rick Flag Sr. trying to hold I don't think they're gonna go multiverse right away underground. That'd be great, but I don't think they'll have 2 Lex Luthors. It'd be awesome, but I don't think they're gonna do that. But so I think my other last option is there's a character that's been masked in set photos and trailers, and it's been rumored. Well, it's too early for Darkseid, but there's a character in set photos, and you see it in the trailer where he's beating him up during the football stadium, right?
Right.
And he's called Ultraman. And Ultraman, some people thought in the comments Ultraman was meant to be a clone of Superman.
Yeah.
Well, they're hiding his face so we can't see who he is, right? But what if it's closer to a play on almost like what happened with Superboy, where what if it's the powers of Superman, but it's also a Lex Luthor clone?
It
right?
could be.
And so then Ultraman is like a Rosenbaum because the mask gets removed. And
they did something similar to that in Smallville.
Yeah.
Where Lex cloned himself.
I could see something like that. I think that'd be crazy.
They did something like that similar in Smallville where Lex clones himself.
Yeah.
I think that was in maybe season 8 or season 9. It's definitely before season 10.
Yeah. Isn't that bizarre, the clone of Superman? There's been a couple different clones of Superman because Lex has made many attempts. Bizarre. Whoops, crap. I just pulled up a video and I wasn't trying to at the action. But so there's multiple attempts at that situation. Bizarro was one of them. But Ultraman is kind of more deep lore rooted stuff. But I'm just so giddy now because I normally, when it comes to movies, I either have to wait till Sunday to go see a new movie or I have to go, or I'm late to the party. Everyone else has gotten to review it. But I got good news, guys, on the stream. If you guys are watching the stream, I'm going to be one of the first people to see Superman because I just booked my tickets. So
that's great.
I'm going to be seeing Superman July 8th. So if you guys want to get the first take on who's going to be one of the first people to review Superman, my review will be out when I get out of the 7 o'clock screening. So probably by the time, however long it takes me to get home, I'll say by 9 or 10 o'clock, because it's a 2-hour movie, you'll see my review before anyone else's probably, unless someone gets to go to an even earlier screening. Because there's some content creators that get to see it weeks before, like different critics and stuff. But of our YouTube friends, I think I'll be one of the first.
Well, happy birthday, CVO.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. Are you excited, buddy? My mom was just texting your mom. We got tickets, buddy. We're going July 8th. We get to see it 3 days early. AJ responded to me. He's very excited. Yeah. No, I'm so giddy. I'm too excited.
Great.
I'm gonna start binging. I'm gonna start binging Superman stuff. I might continue my rewatch of Smallville now because now I'm in Superman mode.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're gonna wait till the 16th to see it because it's your birthday? I hope you don't get spoiled, man.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope you don't get spoiled either.
I can't do that anymore. I can't wait too long to watch movies now because I get them spoiled so easily with my social media connections, with my YouTube channel the way it is, everything. It's too hard to, like, man, dude, Deadpool and Wolverine was a nightmare. Do you know how many people I had to block on Twitter before I saw Deadpool and Wolverine? I blocked like 100 people a day. Yeah, I heard about it too. So I made sure we got early tickets because I know you and I are very excited, best friend. We're also going to hang out on June 23rd this month. You get to come to my new place. I'll be doing a stream later where you and I can hang out and play games if you're available. I've wanted to talk to you, buddy, and I've missed you. Okay, you guys you guys just started season 2? I might binge. I was close to finishing season 1. Let me binge season 1 because to get ready for Superman, I might start to appear on your guys' podcast more.
Yeah.
Once I finish, let me finish.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
Let me finish season 1 and then. Did you see what? Yeah, I did see what he said about Batman 2. I'm not surprised. That's good news. Yeah, dude, no, I'm so excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a great year for the DC universe.
Yeah, we got so many great things. Did you, Melissa? Have you by chance seen Creature Commandos?
No, I haven't seen it.
Because that's kind of a good way to start DC. We see it 3 days early in July, buddy. But in June, we're going to hang out and you're going to come to my place. You're going to hang out this month on the 23rd. We're going to see a movie on the 11th back at my old movie theater I used to work at in Burnsville. Guys, I got big news. Just booked my Superman tickets.
Now, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My Superman tickets. Seeing it 3 days early. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I want you to come see my new place so we can hang out and play video games while our moms go downstairs and drink at the bar because they wanted to go hang out. Yeah, so
now, hey, Joe, I'm just curious. Now, barring the Iron Dragons and Miyagi prequel,
yeah,
obviously, spinoffs do you hope to get first? Because you know we're gonna get them.
I want Iron Dragons first because I have the most.
Yes, I said barring Iron Dragons.
Removing Iron Dragons from the equation.
And Mr. Miyagi, barring them.
If we move those out of the equation, I want to see. Next after that, I want to see the Robbie and Tori spinoff because I'm the most excited about Mike Barnes' potential of Wolf, and I think that's just going to be a lot of good ways for good stuff.
Okay, and after that,
have you started episode 1 of season 2 yet, Underground? Because I want to know where you are at in season 2, so I know how long I have before I finish my.
And after the Robbie and Tori spinoff.
And then after Robbie and Tori. Then I would put, even though it's not been confirmed, I would put, whether it's a movie or a TV show, I want Cobra Kai Next Generations with Johnny teaching the kids. Because that's something I want. Because it's going to put Johnny center stage and give him more focus than what he got in actual Cobra Kai. And then I would say after that, then, hey, what's going on, Talk Watch? And then after that, I would say the Sam spinoff. That would be the next one on my list.
Okay.
So it would be.
You don't see that as one of the first. You don't see that as one of the first.
It's just not. Everyone's got different opinions and there are things that that they like. Everyone's rankings or excitement is going to be different.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's based on my. If we're putting every spinoff on the table, it would be Iron Dragons, Robbie and Tori, Cobra Kai Next Generations, then Sam.
Okay, no, I was just curious. For me, it would be Mr. Miyagi prequel. For me, it'd be Mr. Miyagi prequel, the Iron Dragons. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Robbie and Tori spinoff first. So I'll put that too. and then maybe a Sam and Miguel in Okinawa, and then a spinoff, and then maybe a Chosen and Kim spinoff in South Korea. So that's my. You want to hear my list, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
My list would be first a Mr. Miyagi prequel. I think they've teased that so heavily in season 6. It's got to come.
Yeah,
it's got to come. Then the Iron Dragons. Then I actually wouldn't mind getting a Robbie and Tori spinoff. As one of the
movies and TV shows.
As one of the first.
Yes,
I wouldn't mind that.
70 inches. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, and then a Sam and Okinawa spinoff, and then a Chosen and Kim spinoff, and then in South Korea, because I think that would be interesting, getting to see that side of the world that we've never seen really seen before. And then then definitely a Cobra Kai movie. Then maybe a Cobra Kai movie.
Yeah, that's why I said right now in my head, I put the Johnny Next Generations, especially because now I know that they teased something at the end of Karate Kid Legends, but Sony has a history of teasing things that never happen. So for me, since Daniel just got focused in Karate Kid Legends, I would love to have a spin-off movie that centers Johnny.
Yeah, I would.
Considering the last time he was on the big screen, he was the bad guy and then only appeared in technically 2 movies.
Yeah, So I wouldn't mind that. So I might change my order. Mr. Miyagi, the Iron Dragons, maybe a Tori. It's a toss up between a Tori and Robbie spinoff and a Sam and Okinawa spinoff. I think both have potential. But definitely Cobra Kai. What?
You could write it either way. Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to say, Chosen. I would put the Chosen and Kim spinoff on there somewhere too, because I want to see them fix Chosen's character.
Yeah, well, so like what I was saying is like, it's a toss up between
When did you leave off on?
I said after the Iron Dragons and Mr. Miyagi prequel, it's a toss up. Like for me, it's like either a Robbie and Tori spinoff or a Sam and Okinawa spinoff is fine with me. But then a Cobra Kai spinoff. A Cobra Kai movie where Johnny teaches the next generation. Reminding us, like, oh, Cobra Kai started all of this, kind of like thing. And then a Chosen and Kim spinoff, and then a Binary Bros spinoff.
They can sit with us if they want, but that's okay. Yeah, those are good orders. Binary Brothers definitely.
I think it should be like I think it should be one of the last. Because it's like maybe not one of the last, but definitely not one of the firsts.
Boys, I'm locked in. Let me see. Are you coming to my streams tonight, AJ? I have some things to talk to you about, and I have a big video about leadership of Lucasfilm that's not good I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, those are interesting choices.
Yeah. So, which order did you like? What did you like that I said first? Barring the Iron Dragons.
Yeah. Hold up. I would say Iron Dragons, of course, was my number one, but I know you put Miyagi over that one.
Yeah, because I feel like they want to do it. Like they put in so heavily with Mr. Miyagi in season 6 has passed so heavily. There's no way they're not going to do it.
No worries. It sounds like he's going to come. He sounds very excited. Yeah. Cool. Where are you sitting? We can all hang out after the movie then. Leif's not working the night of the movie. He's going to be seeing the movie with us, but sitting somewhere different so I can talk to him after the movie.
You know, something else too, Joe. I was thinking, and this is just me, and this is just me. They may, and this is just my thoughts. Like I said, it's a top. I don't care which spinoff that it does come, like Robbie and Tori or Sam and Miguel spinoff. I don't care which one. They're both as long as it's after the Iron Dragons. I don't care which one, or Mr. Miyagi. I don't care which one. But they may do Sam and Miguel's. They may do a Sam and Okinawa spinoff to kind of redeem how her character was written in season 6. What do you think?
Guys, I'm locked in, guys. July 8th, baby. Let's go. Sorry, I'm just posting a lot of things about now that I
know what I mean is that it's like I don't care which spinoff that we get as long as it's after the Iron Dragons. Whether it's Robbie and Tori or Sam and Okinawa, either one's fine with me. But I was just saying they may do the Sam spinoff first, after the Iron Dragons, just to kind of redeem how they wrote her character and see,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think they could do something like that.
Do you really think that they could put Sam and Okinawa spinoff just to redeem her character?
I would hope so.
As a first?
Yeah, I mean, if they wanted to do that, the only problem that they have with that is they risk that they lose viewership.
I mean, if they get the right writers on and the big 3 are more involved.
I just mean it's going to be hard because a lot of people have already made up their mind about that character.
I mean, even if it's after the Iron Dragons? Even if Wolf is at the center?
Maybe they could do it that way then. They have to give a reason to get people that don't like Sam right now to be excited about it.
I mean, in all honesty, whether it's negative, both negative and positive, that character is kind of popular. It's just more like it's even when a character receives so much negative hate, that still means they're popular.
True.
So that may up that may up it,
It's possible if there's a good reason for it.
Even the Sam hate that she gets so much, that she gets so much, people just love to hate her character, and that also can be morphed into a positive,
Bloomington, Minnesota.
It's she's the character where you love her and you hate her.
Agreed.
It's she has so much viewership, and if you think about that, she does have a lot of viewership. Because people just love, whether it's from fans who love her or people who love to bash her.
No, yeah, I definitely hear you. I'm gonna be shaving my head and cosplaying as Lex.
So that's a good point. You're right. Viewership is important. CVO, even if it is negative.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I just worry about the negative. Some people, when bad viewership happens, they'll have no desire to watch.
Oh no, they have a desire to watch Sam's character because they want to like. If you notice that the haters do have a desire to watch Sam's character because they want to criticize. They want to dump on Mary's performance. They want to do that.
But you also have to remember that a lot of these clips leak online early, so the people that want to hate on the show you might already have clips of things, so then they might not.
No different than what they did. No different than what they did for Kwan's death.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of ways
people still viewed it and were excited about it. No matter how spoiled.
Yeah, they probably would still say bad things and do what they want.
Yeah.
Basically.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like the more attention that they give, the more, believe it or not, the more it ups them. You know what I mean? Whether it's negative or positive.
Yeah. I think you're right on that one for sure. I think you're definitely right. I even know people who don't like Sam tell me they're not Oh, see, that's a problem too.
Yeah, they say that, but they'll say it but how do you know that that's actually true? They'll say that, but they'll probably watch her just so they could solely hate on her.
I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, because I've heard that people, if they don't like something, they really like people. I've seen people that love great shows that they've turned off from them.
Well, yeah, but in all honesty, though, we're living in a world where a lot of people will actually just watch a show just so they can hate on the characters.
Yeah.
Just so they could dump on it, make videos on it, do YouTube stuff on it, and it gains their popularity for it. It ups their own popularity for it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but Sam Spinoff is not going well when it comes to viewership. Oh, yeah, you think it's not going to do that, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, but you got to also accept it if it does. There is a chance it could, because like I said, timing is everything. If it's at the right place at the right time, and it's got the right writers on it, it might be better than you think.
True. I just feel like the people are going to suffer.
Well, like I said, if you get the right writers on it, and it's at the right place at the right time, it could work. And like I said, if they make a lot of changes to Sam's character, how do you know, Chosen? You don't know that.
I mean, they had a similar thing. For instance, Melissa, the first season of The Last of Us was really good, and then people dropped it
3
episodes into season 2. So that's something that could happen.
Right.
The Sam show could suffer the same fate.
But that's something that could happen with any show. That could have happened with Cobra Kai.
This show doesn't exist yet, and people have already made their mind up about it, and they're not going to have their mind changed.
How do you know that? It's like people used to say the same thing about Cobra Kai. The idea of Cobra Kai, the idea of a sequel.
This is different, Melissa, because if you look at the videos and you look at the traction, the people that like, there have been people that they don't like a lot of characters, the people that are the Sam, the people that are the Sam haters,
right?
They, how do I put this in a nice way? Yeah, Andy came out of nowhere. The people that are the Sam haters, they hate that character so passionately, Melissa, that they will do anything to make sure that it fails.
Right, but it's like they can't control, like they're not the writers, and it's like you get good writers.
But even if they get good writers, there won't be enough people that care about the character that are gonna.
But how do you know? Maybe it's like I said, you never know. If you get the right writers, it's at the right place in that right time, and it may not be the first spinoff, but it still could work. It still could work.
Here's the thing that people don't understand, Melissa, though. To see, the writers can do all they want to try and fix this character.
Right.
To 90% of the fandom, because I wouldn't say, 90 is not fair. I'll say, because there's a lot of people that do like, some people that do like her. To 85% of the fandom, Sam is a dead character.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, the viewership will suffer.
But it's like I said.
Because here's the thing. When you're thinking of making a show, here's your headline for your Sam show. Sam in the front. That tells people, ew, I'm not going to watch that because I hate this character. So I have no desire to watch it. And those people count for the viewership, unfortunately, Melissa. They count.
Right, but take the viewership over for the next for Karate Kid Legends.
There was some good.
If they have Miguel in the Sam spinoff, people are going to watch it. But
the reason they got people into Karate Kid Legends is because they marketed it with a lot more Daniel than there actually was.
That's what I mean. It's like if they get Miguel in it, if they get Miguel in it. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Berserker is like, it could be good. It's like, we don't know.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, as long as like the Sam show could be good, as long as the writing around it is good.
True. Yeah, the writing around it has to be good in order for us to get that kind of traction.
Right. And that's all I'm saying. But again, everybody says, oh, Sam spinoff can never. As soon as the words come out of my mouth, everybody has a number of lists of reasons why it couldn't work. Even when I'm just saying exactly what Aegon just said.
Hold up, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna run to the rest real quick.
Well, that's fine, CVO. Maybe they'll get new writers. Kind of.
Okay, I am back.
Hey.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Just talking in the chat. But honestly, I feel like a little bit ignored a little bit.
Why are you ignored?
No, I said I feel a little bit ignored because I've been saying that that a Sam spinoff could work as long as the writing is done better around her character for it.
I just feel bad because in reality, in order for good writing to exist, the problem is, and I've said this before, and I noticed it in season 6, and I noticed it's the same thing. And one thing that I noticed, one thing I noticed about this whole situation is longevity matters. So Chosen making the point of 6 seasons is kind of telling, because you had 6 seasons of a show, and a majority of the fandom said nothing good of Sam since season 1. There were no improvements for their opinion. So the thing that sucks about that is if you build a show around that, good writing or not, it might not get the time of day or the chance.
Because it depends on how you set it up. It depends on how you set it up. And like I said, they had her going to Okinawa.
Right.
For a reason. So
that's true.
So there's a lot of history there, and I think they could do it. I think it could work. Like I said, we don't know. Like, we're just speculating, but it's like.
But why waste her character for 6 seasons, and now you give her the chance to have her spinoff, and then now
maybe that's why.
This is the thing that people don't understand, though, that I keep telling people, and I don't know how I have to iterate this anymore. Look at season 6. People already had mixed feelings about part 1. And then part 2, people showed up for it, had a lot of problems. Part 3, according to numbers, part 3 flopped.
Yeah.
It was not successful. And do you know why it was not successful? Because the hatred for things got so bad that people dropped it. And they said, not a fan.
I mean, I would agree with that. They just got lousy writers. They need to get new writers.
Right. But the thing is, we've had so many lousy writers in the past that things that stack up, they matter. And so the thing that happens is if viewership matters, and if the writers say they announce really good writers for the Sam show,
right?
Some people aren't going to let that. They're not going to fall for that trick. They're going to think that they're being baited. And so then they're going to say, no, that doesn't matter to me. And they're just going to also
make the same. You could also make the same thing for Robbie and Tori, and for Chosen and Kim.
No, but people like those shows. Those characters are likable characters. So that's the problem. See, Sam is the most hated character in the history of fandom of anything right now.
I still think it could work. I think it does have potential. I think it would be a good way for her to like.
I just feel bad for Mary because no matter what, she's never going to win, because there's always going to be people that this show won't change people's opinion of her. It won't, because they already ruined her for 6 seasons.
I know. It's just that, you know, she's not afraid to get on camera. She's not afraid to be the character. She's often spoken about so much how highly she would love to play Sam in the future.
Right.
So I think it's a possibility that we could be getting a Sam and Okinawa spinoff at some point, even if not one of the first. You have to swallow that possibility.
People have had Andy. People have had problems with Sam since season 2. Like, I think there might have been some people that said she wasn't annoying in season 1, but some people had problems with her from the get-go.
I mean, look at me. I hated Sam in seasons 2 and 4. Like, and honestly, I really did.
What did she do that was bad in season 4? I don't really have any memory of her in season 4.
Oh, God, she was awful in season 4. like with the prom fight and just like
that stuff.
Cringy line.
I thought you had problems with. I thought you mostly had problems with Sam in season. I thought season 4 you were happy about her because she did Eagle Fang and tried.
Well, I was sad. There were some moments that I was happy with her character, but it was just like season 4 is like I was not a big fan of her character.
You didn't even like her in season 3. You said you only liked her in season 5.
No, I liked her in season 3.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm talking about Chosen.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of a part of their rivalry, though. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I hear you.
And it's and also too, if you set her up with the right rival too, you give her a chosen, that's gonna set everything up, you know?
Really? You rewatched it and you said she was annoying? Wow.
But yeah, I do think that a Sam and Okinawa spinoff does have potential, and it could change people's, at least not all her haters, but at least some of them.
What's a problem again, Chosen? Yeah, the haters are going to defend her new rival. They'll like the rival more than Sam. That's true.
Well, it's like I said, and it's like I said, they could use that to rewrite her character.
Yeah, I just feel bad because I think the book has been closed on where people's limits are with Sam. I think people
not the big 3.
I think people defended Sam in season 5 and were so hopeful for season 6. And I think the thing that I'll be honest, Melissa, and I'm trying to be open-minded, but I'll be real honest with you. I felt that scene in part 2 has utterly, it was the last straw. It was the thing that made people literally hate the character.
And I wouldn't mind that. It's just like, and I agree, that was wrong of Sam to call Robbie out like that in front of the team. I agree wholeheartedly.
You have to remember when these shows happen, when you have a show that's gone on for 6 seasons, when you get to 6 seasons, characters have to progress. When you're at season 6 and the character is acting like a child, that is wrong.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I 100% agree. I still think though you put it in the right place. You give her the right rival. You give her her own chosen. It does have potential.
I would just hate to have the last effect happen where people watch 3 episodes and then drop the show and never touch it again.
But that might not happen. It may not happen. Look how they look. I mean, look, if they look what they've done with Chosen. It's like you can argue that they can make the same mistake with Chosen. Now Chosen's not that popular. And it's the same thing with Hawk.
Because these writers, they allowed writers to come in and show that they're supposed to care very much about. These writers decided to let some of their favorite characters get ruined.
That's what I mean. But we're all talking about like how a Chosen spinoff could work, but they could wind up doing the same thing. Because
Chosen, you change the writers, you can fix that because Chosen hasn't been in Cobra Kai as long as Sam has.
Right, but the thing of it is though, if you change the writers too, you can fix Sam's character. You can.
And that's the other thing. So these writers were on crack, apparently, Andy.
Yeah.
But so Chosen makes a good point here, and that's the thing I hate to say is the reason for that is that Hawk and Chosen have fans. The Sam fan community is very small.
Yeah, but don't forget, the big 3 are also her fans.
Yes, but as the big 3 with her fans, they had their chance and they blew it.
Well, now they may set things right, because don't forget they've done Q&As where they've answered about the possibility of a Sam spinoff, and they've all been positive.
Yeah, and then I don't trust the writers with Q&As anymore. I'm still mad at John for what he did to the fans about part 3.
What did he do?
We talked about this already. Do you not remember this? He ignored the fandom when they had criticisms about part 3.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
I don't trust people that can't take criticisms. Because they act like that their work is perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, no, that is. But like I said,
I know you're mad at Hayden Chosen. I know you're mad about what he did.
The big 3 are fans of Sam's character, so she's gonna get a spinoff.
But people love these writers, and a lot of people are very put down by the treatment of their favorite characters.
And they could use that though. To turn Sam's character around. I'm just saying I wouldn't put anything past the big 3. Nothing is off the table, including a Sam spinoff. Whether fans like it or not.
It's fair. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I want to wrap this because I am about to go make some videos. But thank you guys for being here. It was a great stream. We'll catch you guys next time.
All right. Have a good night.
Yep.
Oh, Joe, wait, before you go,